Hey, this is Dean Blandino, and upon further review, Subfacts with Matt and Mooney is an awesome podcast. The ruling on the field stands. Don't challenge me on this. Trust me. Check these guys out. It's hilarious. You got to check out some of their episodes. Forever in Cargo Shorts. They recast the Police Academy movies. They've got some really funny stuff. Please check these guys out. And I know I'm a rules expert. Don't argue with me. You'll get overturned. Check out Subfacts with Matt and Mooney.
Hello and welcome to Subfacts. I'm your host, Matt. I'm here with my partner in crime, Mooney. What's up, Mooney?
What's going on, dude?
Hey, you know why I did Dean Blandino this week?
Because of Deshawn Watson?
No, nothing to do with it. So, you know how I've got my hobby writing celebrities and all. I got the address of the Goots.
The Goots?
Yes.
No way.
So I wrote a letter to him, and I'm like, I slipped my card. I was like, I do a podcast, Subfacts, it's the best, blah, 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 blah. We even recasted Police Academy.
What he didn't write back yet, of course.
Not yet. But you know he's going to be part of our show now. Like, literally.
Dude, if he doesn't, that would be a huge disappointment.
How do you turn that? Like, how do you turn it down? I gave him an open invite.
And he has to at least ask who we recast as him.
Well, I did kind of you got to butter him up a little bit.
Right.
So I was like, we really struggled on recasting you because no one can do Mahoney like you, that kind of thing.
Right.
So
of course.
You got to butter him up a little bit. But once but hey, there's a chance.
That would be awesome. That would be pretty sweet. Then we'd be global.
Yeah, because he's not like LA. He's not, he's in a different part of the country. So it's like,
where is he?
I can't disclose that. Then he won't do the show. Yeah, his address is, no, but he's
true. You can't.
But no, like we're gonna get the Goots on our show. I guarantee you.
If you make that happen, awesome.
That is gonna be on point. But you know what we did make happen this week?
What did we make happen?
Do you remember when we had our big contest that we had for years?
Yeah.
The first international listener, writes in.
Of course.
We sent him a free T-shirt.
Yes.
Okay.
I remember.
So we had an international listener write in by the name of Matt. Remember, he's even written in a few times.
You act like I've never been on this show.
Sometimes you zone out. You do. You glaze over. So I'm not sure what you remember.
I glazed over that many weeks.
You never know. It could happen. So anyway, we sent out a shirt. He loved it so much. He came to the US of A.
Bam!
And he's in the studio with us today. Boom. Welcome, Matt from England.
Hello. How are you doing?
See, it's official.
It's
the
official.
British accent.
I have come from England to be here. That's it. That's the whole purpose of my visit.
That's fantastic.
That is awesome.
And so, and we also brought in Andy from Creative Underground. So
welcome back.
Happy to be here, gentlemen.
This is the official like fish and chips episode.
Fish and chips. What are we? Fish or chips?
I don't know. I was just trying to think of something English at the moment. That was the first thing. Maybe I haven't had dinner yet. So fish and chips. It came up.
There you go. Fish and chips.
Although I don't think I would actually like fish and chips.
Oh, you would.
What?
You would.
Would?
Fish and chips is fantastic.
See, I don't really like fish that much.
But fish and chip shop doesn't just have fish and chips.
Like, would they have like a chicken, like breaded
What do you
chicken?
get everything in a fish and chip shop. You can get fried chicken. You can get burgers. You can get.
What are you
sausages.
talking about?
Oh, okay.
You
So I
can
don't
get-
have
you
to
can
This
get.
is news.
You can get a battered deep fried sausage with your chips,
Oh.
which is out of this
I
world.
don't think I wouldn't eat that.
The battered sausage is where it's at.
Yeah.
Oh
you don't like
my
fish.
God, that's Nirvana right there. I
Okay,
mean,
so we have a lot to talk to you guys about
that's
because
insane. I was like, oh, fish and chips are great, but fried sausage sounds a lot
You know-
better.
Pickled eggs on the counter. Just saying,
Oh.
pickled
I
eggs.
think
on the
you might
counter.
be on your own on that one. But I
No,
mean,
that
like,
is a delicacy
is it really?
Mhm.
for sure.
Oh.
Pickled eggs are a delicacy.
Absolutely. You
At
put
the
those
fish
in a
and
bag
chip
of
shop.
chips. Bang.
Oh, okay.
What's a pickled egg?
It's the red egg. Like if you
No,
ever
not
been to-
red. No. This is like the
Is
English
it?
ones. It's like
You
a
act
regular
you know what
boiled
you're
egg.
talking about.
It's
No.
a boiled egg, but it's in.
If
Can
you
we
go,
let the experts describe
if you
it?
go to like BFD Pennsylvania, you'll see like on bars they'll have like eggs in like a jar. And
We have the experts in house. Can we let them
I'm
explain
just
it?
saying that's what I was coming from.
I'm guessing it's the same thing, but it's not red.
Yeah, see? Boom. Brian's got pictures.
Well, they're saying it's not red.
Well,
and they live there.
In England, maybe it's not red, but look at that.
Oh no, is it in that? Is that? Can you look at this picture, Andy? Tell me that's not what it is.
That's what it is.
Oh no, I couldn't eat that.
Kind of. I don't know what the spots are on it.
That's it.
That's it right there. Yeah.
And you just take one of those and you eat it?
See, ideally,
Okay.
cheese and onion. I was going to say crisps, but chips over here for your US listeners. Put it in the bag, give it a shake. Perfection. That's where it's at.
You might want to be a little
Really?
closer to the mic.
I
There we
do
go. Oh,
apologize.
perfect. Awesome.
That was
It's all
British.
good. It's the jet lag. That's all it is. No
So you
worries.
okay, all right. You know what? I will try it. It's not like anything gross.
You've eaten worse.
The
I'm sure.
fish and chip shop, it's not, you just have to understand,
That I'm
it's
going
not
to.
just fish and chips. It's like the 7-Eleven of fast food. They have more than just fish on the menu. You've got, like I mentioned, the
Mhm.
battered sausage, burgers, chicken. You're going to have
Do they have-
Savoy.
Do they have battered burgers?
No, but
Oh,
that's,
That would
some
be
do.
great.
You go up to Scotland, they'll deep fry anything.
that's true.
That's fantastic.
I'm
too.
going. I'm going just for that.
But like, how is it that you guys are known for fish and chips, but not like the sausage? The battered sausage would be the #1 seed, I have to assume.
I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. Do you?
Maybe they
I
eat
can't
healthier.
answer that.
Yeah, they probably do eat healthier. They're
That's probably why.
definitely
Oh,
thinner than
there's
they're-
nothing healthy about fish and chips.
you guys are definitely thinner than us.
I mean,
so
it's
clearly-
basically a huge bathtub full of oil that they're
Yes.
cooking everything in. So it's far
That's
from healthy.
That's
awesome.
phenomenal.
it is fantastic.
Anything cooked in fried oil. Is
we
great.
might have to go to England and do a subfacts from like a fish and chip
Would
shop.
you go?
Now that I've been to Europe the one time,
Yeah.
and
So you
I
might go.
successfully made it. It just if you give me enough Xanax, I'm good.
All right.
So
And it's not that long of a flight, right?
No, it's not too bad. Like,
it's less than when I had to go to Switzerland.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's was 6 hours because Switzerland was 9.
yeah, it's
It's about six
probably
and a
about
half.
Okay.
6.5, 7
Yeah.
hours.
Oh, I can do
Oh, we
that.
could do that.
And there's casinos here.
We have gambling. It's not really casinos, though.
What do you mean?
There's some casinos.
No, we're gonna
Okay.
go to like a soccer hooligan bar. Don't think we're not.
Oh, that I'm definitely going
Man,
to.
you.
But you
right?
got to tell me who to root for.
Yeah, we got to make
I don't
sure
want to
we're
get
rooting.
beat up or get into a fight.
Yeah.
You got to
Then-
tell me.
Then you just don't want to go to a soccer hooligan bar. I
Right.
mean, because that's just going to happen.
No, but what if you root
What?
for the
Wait,
team?
wait a
It-
minute.
It doesn't matter. They don't go there to sport. They go there for a fight. That's basically what it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the
it's
football's
a
just an
Even if you're
excuse.
rooting for the
Yeah.
right team,
Yeah, we can't go like Man U.
like I'm gonna be like I'm
If
on
you-
your
yeah,
side.
if
Why are
if
you?
go to London
Yeah.
in the Man U t-shirt? It's gonna happen. You know, you are
Uh,
not walking out of there. That's.
So like I don't watch soccer. So who do I root for? Like, but if
gotta
I
be honest
rooted
with you,
for,
I hate soccer.
oh good, same team. Boom.
I love soccer.
Rugby is where it's at. I'll just say that now.
Can we go into a rugby bar and not get beat up?
No
Oh
chance.
no, rugby. No, you can. See,
You
that's
can?
the thing. So a total difference between rugby and football. You can go and have a pint, not just a pint with rugby fans. You will get smashed with the
Smashed
the other
meaning
fans.
drunk.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool.
I'll translate.
And the end
Yes.
of that night, you'll be like arm in arm with these guys that are supporting the other team, and it's just a great night. There's the respect that you get in rugby between different teams. The banter's there, but you don't get what the hooligans.
The hooligan. Okay,
Oh,
good.
so
Then I'm gonna be.
that's where
Then I'm
it's at.
rugby all the way.
See, I thought rugby was going to be more like I've seen like Aussie rules football. Like I used to have to air that at the TV station, and like colleagues, like dudes on the same team would just go over and punch each other in the jaw and
Oh,
stuff.
So,
They're
so
crazy, though.
that-
The people that
so-
play are tough.
Yeah.
So
Very
soccer, I'm going to call it football. I can't call it soccer. Football is
Okay.
it's a gentleman's game played by thugs. Rugby is a thugs game played by gentlemen, and
Ah,
that's just how it is.
That's how it
right?
works.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
gentleman is a bit of a stretch. Some of the stories that I've heard about what used to happen on the rugby bus on the way to and from.
You've been out drinking with gentlemen. That's just what happens.
Okay, I see your point.
Okay, well, fair enough. Um,
See,
Well-
I'm going now. Now I have all the
well, now we're in, but
ammo I need.
before we get into the full England, we got to do something else.
What? I love that.
So Brian, I don't know what it is, but Brian promises me that this is a England centric
Oh,
An
nice.
international warm-up?
Yes.
Hey guys, yes it is. So first question on the warm up is
Yeah.
you have to eat one of these British delicacies every day for a year. Which do you
Ew.
choose? Jellied eels, which are chopped eels boiled in a spiced stock, cooled and set, forming a jelly, and it's served cold. or haggis, which is a pudding containing sheep's heart, liver, and lungs, minced with onion, oatmeal, suet, spices, salt, and stock. It's cooked while encased in the animal's stomach. And then
Alright.
finally,
I'm
black
I'm sorry,
pudding,
Mary.
which is blood sausage made from pork or beef blood with pork fat or beef suet and a cereal, usually oatmeal, oat groats, or barley groats, along with certain herbs such as pennyroyal.
I'm just going on record right now that the people from England that are sitting in front
Are
of
those
me
really delicacies?
are wincing
No.
at these awful
They're
sounding
not?
things.
So, so they are foodstuffs. I don't delicacies is pushing it
It's a
a bit,
stretch.
but I'll say haggis is Scottish, not English.
Yeah.
But let's say the UK, it's in there.
These
Yeah.
are UK. It's not, I guess, not British. Yes.
Oh, way to
I
go,
would go
Brian,
haggis.
producer
Yeah.
extraordinaire.
I would
You're
go
wise to
haggis
go
for sure.
haggis. Of those three, I wouldn't touch one or three. Haggis is the only one. And for a year, you got to eat it every day for a year. Forget that.
So
I'm going to take your advice on this because they all look awful.
I've tried haggis and I've not tried jelly deals. Never would. And I've tried black pudding. Couldn't do black pudding every day for a year. I can't imagine I could do jelly deals. If I had to, if it was that or go to jail or like
Mhm.
lose a child or something,
Yeah.
I could do the haggis for a year if
Okay.
I had to.
So let me put it to you this way: black pudding as a staple of the full English breakfast.
Still couldn't
Still
do it.
no.
Black pudding's
So you like black pudding?
It's the
Oh,
worst
black-
part of the English breakfast.
Which, by the way, the English breakfast, I do have to throw in there the baked beans. I can't do the baked beans.
No, so I'm in the minority here. It's plate filler. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Don't want it.
Dude, we're seeing eye to eye. It's the name Matt. It has something to do with it.
So, but you do like the black pudding.
Black pudding's good. Haggis is good. Jelly deals, oh no, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So black pudding. All right. I'm going to go with the haggis though then.
Yeah, we're all going straight haggis.
We're going haggis.
All right.
Okay.
That's good. Nice.
You got to get this off my screen, though, because these all look nasty.
All right. Next question. What is the best sports league? We have the Premier League, we have the NFL, or we have Formula One.
So I can't say NHL.
That's so easy, Brian. You know the answer to that one.
It pains me to say it.
Wait, no.
It pains me to say it.
You will want me to punch you in the face if you say anything other than the one that's in the middle.
So if it helps you
Yeah.
at all, I have some statistics.
I like watching it the best, but is it
only
the
gonna,
best?
You're only going to say this because we have British people in our studio?
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is after what I saw today, it reminds me how corrupt and how awful the NFL is. It's just it's despicable what they do.
I think we're talking sheer enjoyment that it
Enjoyment?
brings you.
Enjoyment NFL, but as far as is it a good sports league? No, it's ran like crap. The commissioner is corrupt. The whole thing is a sham.
Every sports league.
Did I
has
miss a
that.
headline here today?
Deshaun Watson. Mooney can go into more detail on
Is this
it.
coming up
Complete
in your
D-bag
dugout?
Deshaun Watson.
So Deshaun Watson got this like huge deal with Cleveland, and so it turns out like
we'll go into it later.
300 like masseuses basically
It was
said
like
that
43 women.
it was something, a lot of sexual harassment, Me Too stuff.
Massage parlor
And
women, basically, that were
He
like
settled
regular
out.
massage parlors, not like your happy ending
Yeah,
massage parlors.
So
And these women were like, he like groped me, he tried to make me grab him, and all
that kind of stuff. So he's a complete d-bag, which
So for
we
my
agree.
benefit, who is this guy?
He's a
Deshaun
quarterback,
Watson.
NFL quarterback.
He's a quarterback
Thank
for
you.
the Cleveland Browns, and so he got basically 6 game suspension.
Oh,
That's
and
it.
that's
that's
it.
inconvenient.
And the funny
6
thing
games.
is,
Meanwhile, Calvin Ridley, who only bet on sports, he used DraftKings and bet on the NFL. He got a 1-year suspension.
so basically,
Legally betting. He bet legally and got a 1-year suspension.
So the interesting thing is Deshaun Watson got a $44 million like signing bonus or whatever. So reality is he has 6 weeks off. There's no there's no penalty for his actions at all. So I see where Mooney's saying that, but if I'm correct, and I don't know anything about Formula One, but I'm pretty sure in English football and or soccer, there's still corruption.
In Formula One?
I don't know.
There's a lot of corruption in Formula One too.
Yeah, there is. I mean, there's like
So it's
documentaries about it,
That's
and
what I'm saying. It's everywhere.
the Brian will tell you the season closer from last year is still just wrapped in controversy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Go watch the last season of whatever it's called, Drive to Survive on Netflix.
Mhm.
Yeah, Massey's still getting death threats over that call.
Yeah,
That's,
the last race of the year where it
A
came
guy
down
is getting death threats for a call?
That's
because
hardcore.
he
he made up the rules to suit a certain team. That's basically what
in
happened.
the last race of
What?
the
On the
season, it was
last lap,
neck with
essentially.
2 drivers, and on the last lap, he orchestrated how the season would close and essentially gifted the win to one driver over another.
wow.
So it may sound that we're bitter because our boy Lewis didn't win, but the reality, he just picked and chose the rules to suit the situation. Just
And the other guy that
unprecedented.
didn't win was poised to be the most winningest driver of all time. He was about to surpass Michael Schumacher, who had 7 world championships. Lewis was about to get 8, and he didn't because of this call on the final lap of this final race of the season.
Oh, that's
And he had been ahead for like
Yeah.
40 laps or
And do
something.
you know what? People like Bernie Ecclestone and Max, they've come out and said, we don't want Schumacher's record to ever be beaten.
Yeah.
And they've come out and said that, and they ran Formula One. They don't now, but you got to think, well, hang on, has that influenced decisions and stuff? It's not great, There's
yeah.
corruption
All
everywhere.
right, so corruption everywhere.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
corruption.
It's
What
what
was
your
the question?
sheer like.
Well, I know the Premier League is corrupt as all can.
But that's
all
what I'm saying.
get
Is
out.
it comes down to your sheer enjoyment. I don't know why the NHL wasn't on there, but I guess
I
In this
didn't
case-
want to put too many things on there. I just put 3.
okay, because then I go NFL.
12
for
billion
me.
in annual revenue. Whoa.
If I'm going to be pernickety, though, I would say that Formula One's not really a league, Brian. But
It's not.
Oh,
But,
I'm going to give you a pass because
Wow.
You know what's
I didn't
funny
want to
about
make
it?
this too easy for Matt.
Our producer extraordinaire was like, when I told him that
Can you
you
get
guys
rid
were
of
going to be
your-
on the show, he was like, "Oh, I can't wait because allow me to talk Formula One with you guys."
Can-
And now he's giving us bad information.
No,
We're getting
no.
bad
I'm
insight.
happy
Get rid of
that-
your
that
little
he's brought
menu
up
bar. I wanna
Formula
see
One.
how many annual viewers. So Premier League has 3 billion plus annual viewers.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's
a lot.
insane.
So
Because it's basically watched everywhere, every other country in the world except the United States.
well, that's what matters.
And what does F1? What does F1 have as its
It's
viewership?
pretty close to the NFL. It's 440 million.
Yeah, 440 million.
Yeah.
Wow,
The
that's
NF
a step.
NFL
away from
has just under 460 million.
Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, so we have NFL,
Obviously,
Formula
Formula One.
One.
It's got to be.
I'd go Formula One.
Formula One. Okay, boom.
Boom.
All right, next
2 and
question.
2.
You've been
Okay.
kidnapped. Who would you rather is sent to save you? John Wick or James Bond?
Easy.
Easy.
I'm saying easy too, but are we going to be one of those?
So my answer's going to surprise you.
Because there's one that I don't like, which I've mentioned.
Well, I know what you're going to
So-
say. You know what I'm going to say.
Guaranteed John Wick.
Of course.
John Wick beats up everybody
Yeah, I mean,
except for Stallone.
Bond's a spy and like a, whatever you call it, like an agent. Like he's not,
He's got gadgets though.
and he's suave and he knows how to get in and out of places. Like I need someone who's just going to be a brute force and like take anyone down and never die. That's Wick.
Like if you're related to John Wick.
By the way, James Bond is dead. So see you later.
By the way, if you're related to John Wick, you just know that like if you ever get kidnapped, it's a matter of time.
I'll just
He'll
text
be
him.
here soon.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's got to be John Wick. I mean,
There you go.
James Bond. Just think about it. He's not a good spy. Everyone knows who he is.
He makes a brilliant point.
That is a good point.
And half the time he survives by luck anyway. He's not a good spy.
He makes a
Yes.
brilliant point.
And you never think about that
I
too.
mean, he's got an epic car. I'll give him that. That DB5 is something special.
That's the only reason that you would go with Bond is maybe you get to ride in the car.
But John Wick doesn't have. He's got the American muscle car.
Yeah, he does. He keeps
Mustang.
getting his
It's
car
not-
beat up.
It's okay though.
I love Wick.
Wick.
Nice.
hey,
All
sorry.
four. Sorry, Bond.
Sorry, Bond.
All right.
But he died anyway, so he.
Is he really dead? There's my naked Brittany.
That's the end.
But once again,
Nice.
I got more every single day. Facebook sends me a new Brittany naked again. Awesome.
Brittany naked?
Love it.
She just must get naked every minute of every day.
She's whoever her new husband is the best, because he's the one taking these pictures, and he's like, don't worry, they won't get out. And meanwhile, they're showing up in my mailbox every day. Yes, awesome. So thank you, Brian, for the warm up.
Thanks, Brian. Awesome.
Got to get it going on. So by the way, before we get into the
we've already gotten into the show twice, so don't say before we get into the show.
I got to say I'm proud of myself. I just want to throw it out there.
So you're going to pat yourself on the back?
Yes. I'm going to take some time out to give myself a little pat on the back. And Brian laughs at me for this because I watch a ton of Motor Trend channel. I don't know anything about cars for the most part, but I love watching people build stuff and fix stuff. So this weekend I got a bumper package for my wife.
Right.
And when I got my bumpers put on, it was like $800. And I'm like, no way.
You're like, no way you're spending that again.
No, it's not for me anyway. It's for her gift, not mine. So I was like, you know what? I think I can do this. And so went on YouTube, watched the video, and then boom, put on front and back bumpers. Fantastic. I felt and I even had greasy fingers and everything.
Did you play We Are the Champions in the background? Or
no, but I should. There's still time. So
by the way, on last week's show, we did the #1 tracks. We completely freaking blew it.
We did.
America by Neil Diamond is on the Jazz Singer, and it's the #1 track.
Good point.
They're coming to America. We blew that. How did we not? How did none of us get it?
Yeah, but I said that on the show. If you had asked me the next day, my #1s would have completely been different
because you would have found
there were so many #1s.
Yeah, there's so many different ones.
And in our mailbag,
I told our guests they need to have one by next week or 5.
Well, because in our mailbag, shockingly, our boss's boss wrote in.
Nice.
And she gave hers. So
wait to get to it.
We'll get to those later in the mailbag. But anyway, back to me. Enough about me.
So
let's
you
talk
put on
about
the bumpers. Me. Congratulations.
Yes. So then I was thinking, this isn't good enough. I need to do some more. And I had some rust, around my rocker arms or panels, whatever they're called. I don't know that part yet. I haven't watched that part in Motor Trend. But I was like, I see some rust there. Let me get on that. So I took a sander, totally sanded off the rust, put on a rust neutralizer, and repainted. Looks brand new.
You repainted?
Yes.
Where'd you buy the paint?
Spray paint. They have it at Track Auto or Advanced Auto Parts.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah. So I got the complete finished paint and everything. It looks professional. Your boy's on point. I might quit my job and open up an auto mechanic shop.
Like an auto body shop.
Yeah. Will only do bumpers, but
you could go into business with BK.
I could. Now that I think about it.
You could be the guy that he does the detailing, but if they need a more,
and they need to get
hey sir, I noticed you've got a little bit of rust on your bumper there. I know just the guy.
Yeah. Because the other thing is I pointed that out to him months ago. And I was like, because he actually does go in and cleans up people's headlights and stuff when they get fogged over.
Right.
He goes and does that kind of stuff and a little bit of paint touch up. And I was like, hey, could you hook me with this whole rust? And he was like, no, you're going to need an auto body shop for that. No, I don't.
Not anymore.
No, that might be it. BK, what's up, Big Dog Auto Detailing?
Yeah, but then you use a wrong paint, then you're done. He fires you day one.
Just know it could be Big Dog's Auto Detailing pretty soon.
Let's not go too far.
Hey, folks, if you need a bumper, I'm your guy. Awesome. I felt so good. I felt so manly because I don't ever.
I can tell because it's still Monday and you're still patting yourself on the back.
I almost drank beer. I was like, woohoo,
That would now if you did that, I would have been impressed.
I felt so manly. I went home and watched Devil Wears Prada.
Oh my god! Just to reduce, I love that movie, by the way.
Yeah,
love it.
The wife could not handle the testosterone that was flowing from your boy this weekend. So anyway, I had to bring that up because I'm proud of myself. So boom.
Congratulations.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so anyway, back to our guests. Really cool thing. Matt from England brought us some British snacks.
I can't wait.
To try on the show that, from what I understand, they do not have in America. You can't go.
You can't get them here at all.
No,
7-Eleven.
I don't think so.
Not even in Wegmans. I mean, Wegmans, they have the whole UK section where a lot of stuff that I used to have people bring over for me when they would visit from the UK.
Yeah.
You can get some things in Wegmans that, fit into that category, but what's in that bag
doesn't exist.
So full disclosure, I did want to bring some beers over, but Andy reminded me that Matt doesn't drink, so I would have felt bad about that.
I would have.
You wouldn't have felt. You shouldn't have felt bad.
And I did fill my luggage up with stuff for Andy.
Oh,
That's true. He did.
Fair enough. Hey, British folks have to stick together.
Yes.
That's right.
So, before we get into these, is there a snack that's truly American that they don't have in England that you crave, or do you, like, Andy, when you go back, do you have to bring a certain American? Like, I know, like, ranch dressing is something that doesn't exist anywhere else.
Oh man!
Oh really? Junior
awesome.
Mints?
Love those things.
So
and they don't have those in.
No, we have kind of things that are similar, but
yeah, closest we have is like the after 8 minutes.
And you don't have ranch dressing there?
No ranch.
We do now, though, don't we?
Is it
didn't when
ranch?
I was a kid, but I think you guys have more.
You got to look for it. But it's
so when I was growing up, the only salad dressing we had was this stuff called salad cream. That was it.
Oh, that sounds appetizing.
No, salad cream was what it was called.
Wow.
There was no ranch dressing.
No
or
blue
this,
cheese.
That, nothing. So when I moved over here, it was like a whole new world opened up. But I feel like now when I go back home and I'm walking down the aisles in the supermarket, they have other dressings.
So I'll tell you how bad it is, how we've become Americanized. There was even, I'm sorry if I offend your listeners here, they even sell Bud Light in some of the stores.
Oh, wow.
Well, we've had Bud Light in the pubs for years.
We've had Bud, but we haven't had Bud Light until a couple of years. And
there's salad cream. It's made by Heinz?
Yes.
Yeah.
Made by Heinz.
So what's the deal with that?
I like Bud Light. I mean, it's my go-to if I don't drink like a craft beer.
I'm not sure how well it's going to survive in England.
No, it won't.
Yeah.
It definitely won't.
No, I don't think it will.
Yeah, but like salad cream kind of reminds me of how I've always imagined TV in England, because it's like 4 channels and like, hey Audrey, should I watch cheese or snow? So
I mean, it's the perfect kind of metaphor for my youth.
Yeah, so there's only like
we had
4
channels when we were kids, and we had salad cream.
Yeah, because there's like a BBC 1 for the kids, then there's an adult
BBC 2,
yeah,
ITV, and channel. Well, it was 3, and then we got channel 4.
Yeah,
and then just before I moved over here, we got channel 5.
Yeah, but now everyone's got cable.
So now everything's got
so
cable,
now it doesn't matter. And then you guys have, CDO, when he was in Switzerland, watched a British show all the time. He was telling his favorite show was this British show, and all it is like naked people. It's like a naked dating show. It's a naked dating game for the most part, and it's like
a naked dating
is this
game.
A thing where
there's a thing that lifts up.
They stand in it like a tube, and the thing lifts up. Oh, that's so grim.
He's like I'm addicted to it. He's like, I'm addicted to it.
Thing ever.
This must have happened after I moved away. I'm not familiar with this.
It's gone to pot since you left.
I was going to say, it was fascinating. But he sent me a link to it. He's like, he goes, this is my favorite show. I'm like, oh, way to go.
It's horrific. The only time I've ever caught.
It's called Naked Attraction. That's it.
There's a show in the UK called Gogglebox, and it's just basically watching people watch TV. Sounds really messed up and dull.
What?
You're watching people watch TV and seeing their reactions to what they're watching and actually what they're watching. And it is hilarious. Actually, it's a lot funnier than I'm selling it. Okay. And that is the only time that I've been aware of this show called Naked Attraction. And it looks horrific.
Yeah.
I won't watch it all.
From what I'm not going to lie, I watched about 5 hours of it. Once he sent me the link.
Oh my God. Of course
I was like,
did.
oh, don't think I have to.
Well, because you love bad TV.
This is as bad as it gets.
That's his. I know he loves bad TV.
If you notice, Andy's being quiet here because
I will, because we watch the exact same shows.
Andy and I watch the exact same.
We
show.
both have the same favorite channel.
Yes,
he doesn't watch 80,000 Pound Sisters.
I don't watch that one, but
he
I
watches
watch
all the TLC stuff.
Everything on TLC.
No, he doesn't watch Underground.
No,
or
like 90 Day
Fiancé.
Everything 90 Day.
Yeah,
Fiance.
There's an English one now. Did you see it? It's 2 episodes in, and it's 90 Day Fiance England.
On TLC?
Yeah, Discovery Plus
Why
channel.
Why did we get into it? Can I go? I'm leaving.
I didn't even know that existed, and I'm leaving. Upset that I now know that exists.
I'm even watching British dating shows. The one that I talked about it on the show, it was called what was it? It was they take the British people and put them in a cabin for it's called The Cabins. That's it. It's fantastic.
Oh, sounds awesome.
Discovery Plus, folks. Look up The Cabins.
No
Anyway,
one wants
moving
to. No one likes bad TV.
Andy and I do.
And there's another one that my wife had me watch the other day that all I've seen is the first episode, but it's a similar things you were just explaining, where everybody gets put in this house together, and all of these people, the one thing they have in common is that they're related to a celebrity.
We've been watching that. I've totally been watching that. It's called Claim to Fame.
That's the one.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
it's the best.
It's good, right?
It's
I'm out.
fantastic.
See you later.
We need another beer. To survive.
Yeah, no, Claim to Fame is so good.
I'm gone. See ya. That was a fun episode.
Actually, I should have put that in my TV section because I didn't have one. But let's
No, let's not review it again.
You look upset. Let's start off with some British snacks.
Because
Snacks.
you're talking about bad TV for a half hour.
No, half of us here enjoy it. Anyway, I'm going to go into
The other half don't.
Let me see what we have. We have something called knickknacks,
Patty wax, give the dog a bone.
rib and saucy for the YouTube folks.
What is it? What is it? Knickknacks, rib and saucy.
I'm assuming that's some form of chip.
All right. Let's open.
Okay, so let's try a knickknack.
See if you
You're
can
gonna-
hold up whatever it is to the camera.
Ew.
And
Okay.
see if you could hold whatever it is to the camera. Like, what's it look like, Booty?
Knickknacks.
Oh, you mean the actual?
Yeah, and the product.
It looks like a Cheeto.
Yeah,
It's
it looks
like
like a Cheeto.
Okay.
Now,
Mm-mm.
I remember back in
Whoa.
the day, they don't do them anymore, but they used to. My favorite flavor used
Yeah.
to be scampi lemon
Fries.
or scampi. But then they have it.
Mm.
So there's the scampi fries, but the knickknacks, they had a scampi lemon flavor
Yeah, it was pretty good.
that I thought they were really, really good.
People hate it when I eat on the show. Maybe
That's why I'm trying to fill in a little bit of air for you there, man.
Thank you. This is fantastic.
These are money. Yeah. These are
That's
really
a winner.
good.
Yeah, they're really good. So
I would
Most-
absolutely buy these in the store.
most snacks like Pringles, when they add like whatever flavor to it, it's just the flavor powder and it's not really that overpowering. This is like straight up barbecue sauce
No,
where
these are
you've
good.
taken
I
like
would
a
buy these in the
Cheeto
store
and just
100%.
dipped it in real barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
I would totally eat those.
Yeah. These are unreal good.
Those are dangerous
So
if we had
they don't
value.
have a calorie count, right? It's like a
no
energy
chance.
count,
No
right?
chance they're
might
good
be
for
on the
you.
front.
Yeah,
Is
they
it-
have them on. If you turn the bag around.
Is it
on
in
the
like
front.
different numbers though?
Don't they use energy?
We
I
use
thought?
kilocalories, which I think is the exact same thing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
on.
Okay.
That's another thing that kind of gets me. And I know you guys are raised with it, so it's different. But like when you give somebody their weight, where it's like I am 75 stone.
They
Oh,
use
I know.
kilograms or grams?
Like we're like boulders. Like
So-
I don't know how the stone thing comes into
So
play.
we're in
but-
a weird situation because we use a combination of metric system and the old ways.
Well, same with
So,
America,
yeah.
but we're
Yeah.
more metric in England than over here.
Yeah.
for the
So
most part.
what do you say? Like, is
For
it
weight.
grams or kilograms?
It depends what you're weighing. That's where it gets complicated, right? It's depends
yeah,
what
I mean,
you're
you
weighing.
asked me how heavy I'm X stone.
You're weighed
right?
in stone.
I'm weighed in stone. I have to stop and
is
think about
stone
what
like
that
a
is in pounds.
specific like?
But if
Oh, man,
you
what
if
is
you
that?
buy
Is
a
that
bag of
14
sugar, it's
pounds
going to be
to a
weighed in
stone or something?
kilograms.
Yeah.
I should know this.
Okay.
Really? So you like it? In other words, not a pound of sugar or whatever. It's
See, I like the stone idea though in a weird sort of way because like when you say like 300 plus pounds, that like sounds gigantic. But if that translates to like 10 stone,
yeah, you're good.
boom,
Because
10 stone.
how big is the
So what am
stone?
I, about
I don't know.
250?
Right,
That's
so
what I'm
you
saying. It's
know.
beautiful.
It's forgiving.
Ish.
I'm gonna tell my doctor next time. Hey, I think I'm only 10 stone.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I mean that in the nicest possible way.
Oh, okay.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay. So these are
I'm a
really
fan.
good.
I'm a fan.
We're a fan of knickknacks. Okay. The next thing is, oh, what is this? Wagon wheels. They're-
Wagon wheel.
But it says jammy. Is it?
So that's going to be sweet.
Okay. So
Yeah.
wagon. What is jammy? Is that just there's like a jam
Just
inside?
bite into it and
All right, here we go.
Oh, this looks like a moon pie, like a squished moon pie.
Remember,
I
show the
love this.
camera for the YouTube folks.
Oh,
And for reference, every kid, or especially I don't know about every
that
kid,
is
but as a
lunchbox
kid,
favorite.
this was the lunchbox favorite. I mean, if you opened up your lunchbox and mom had put one of those in there, it was a good lunchtime.
So people want to trade with you.
Yeah.
oh, it's a moon pie.
It is. So you got a little layer of marshmallow,
But
some strawberry jam in the middle.
It's better than a moon pie on one end because the jam definitely adds to a flavor. I love
So
that.
the moon pie doesn't have the jam; it's just the marshmallow.
No, but it's thicker.
Okay.
So the moon pie is the same size, but a lot thicker of marshmallow.
These used to be bigger. They've shrunk over the years. When
Yeah,
we were
they
young, they
have
were
got
much
small.
bigger.
Yeah, check out a moon pie when you get a chance. I personally like the banana flavored moon pies, the yellow ones. Some
all right,
people don't.
these- These are a no-go for me.
You don't like them?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I love them.
No, I couldn't eat those. But the knickknacks
A win.
are a huge win.
Yes. Well, both of them I'm good. So far, I'm good in England.
I mean, I'm
Okay.
sure they have other chocolate desserts in
There's
England.
two other
oh,
things in
there's
there, but I don't know if that's
Oh, they're just some mint humbugs.
a what?
What? Which one?
Candy.
So it's a mint. What's it called? A mint.
It's kind of like a Werther's original for English people.
Oh,
It's like an,
alright. So
an
it's
old
like,
man's candy.
is it like caramel? Like, is it?
Old man's
kind of
candy.
like
All right,
getting the
well,
like a
old
butter
man's
It-
scotch.
candy.
it's certainly not something like a 12-year-old's going to go into the shops looking for. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
But it's something that a grandpa's going to remember from his youth and go looking for.
You got to bite into it because that's.
Ken, it's too
No,
hard.
it's weird. It is. It's like a mint. It's like a. It's a mint.
Don't lose a tooth there, Mooney.
I know.
It tastes like a. It tastes like a candy cane, but it's brown. It's a brown candy cane. That is so weird.
I mean, the candy cane's probably only red because of food coloring anyway, right?
Oh yeah, it's all yellow, really,
Right.
and then they just color it. But it is. It's a brown candy cane. That's fantastic. I'm good in England.
You are way good in England. This is
Mhm.
okay.
Ne-
I'll
next
just
time,
get-
I think
I'll
you got
eat
to
a
bring
ton
a
of
battered
knickknacks.
sausage, though.
How, that is not going to travel.
Oh my God, I would easily eat one of those every few days. Like a, what did you say? Like a
Battered
the
sausage.
battered sausage?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You guys need to come over.
Yeah.
We'll sort you out.
I want to go to that rugby bar too. I want to drink all night with rugby people and get like,
You're gonna
and
get
sing
hit.
songs and like
Rugby songs and
being arms.
You're
and
totally
then,
gonna
I'm
get
just
hit.
gonna
Here's
say
the battered sausage.
is another level of
Oh.
drinking. Whatever you think it
That's what
is,
the sausage
that.
looks like.
that's what I want. I like next level of drinking.
Yeah.
Battered sausage.
That's what I enjoy. I like people who next level drink.
Yeah, and eat battered sausage. That
Oh my
does
God.
look good.
And then you get the fries with it. Money.
I might dip that in
Do they have
syrup.
ketchup over there?
of course.
All
Yeah.
right, good.
Curry sauce, too.
What?
In
not
the
the
fish and
same.
chip shop, you're not just limited to ketchup. You can get curry sauce.
I
too.
had that in Germany. It was
Even the McDonald's in Europe, you can get curry sauce for your French
Yeah.
fries.
that is crazy. That was going to be my next topic actually. Matter
Well,
of
you've
fact.
mentioned that on the show before, how the European McDonald's have so much more than the American McDonald's, which
Yes.
is so true.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to like the dips and the different types of, the thing that really always has bothered me about McDonald's is I'm an ice cream guy,
Mhm.
as I know you are as
Me
well.
too. Yes.
And you know, the whatever they call their ice cream dessert at McDonald's,
Mhm.
here you basically have two options, and neither of them
Mhm.
are that exciting.
Yeah.
And every once in a while they'll do a special, which gets me a little bit more excited. But
Yeah.
you go to England, and all the time they've got these ones with like, you know, Snickers and Milky
Yep.
Ways and all these different
Yeah.
candy bars that they've created.
Germany was the same way, and it was like in everything. We used the kiosk because we didn't speak German, but you just tap on what you want. There was so many more options. But even just the pastries and stuff, they have like legit pastries that
Yeah.
they didn't have here. So thank you again for the
Yeah, man, that
for
was
the
awesome.
British snacks that no one
Big
else
hit.
can get in America.
We are awesome.
Yeah,
And that was a big hit. I mean, the moon pie thing was okay. Like, I mean, I could eat it, but I'd prefer.
I'm gonna
other-
polish it off after the show for
varieties.
the folks who don't like me eating on the show.
No one likes you.
But I'm
That's
definitely-
why I try to get away from the microphone.
I'm definitely going to polish it off. So back to like foods, like fast foods. You tried out the Matt in England, for the people who can't see who I'm pointing to. You tried out the special Big Mac.
Oh, Jesus.
It was
yeah,
the
I forgot
chicken. It
about
was the
that.
air, sea, and land, right?
It was disgusting. It was like a Big Mac, but with two chicken burgers, and it was dry. It was claggy. It stuck to your top. I do not recommend. You dodged a bullet there.
And then they didn't have a fish in there?
No.
What was the C part?
What's C part? There's
I don't know. They were supposed to have there was a chicken Big Mac, but then at the same time they put out a Land, Air, and Sea, which
See, I think
didn't
that one
see
had a
that
fish.
Land Air Sea one. We had
okay.
we had the chicken Big Mac. I don't
Yeah.
know what Land Air Sea is.
Do you
but
guys have anything else that's special to you guys that you don't get here,
Like
or
in
vice
Pizza Huts
or
or
vice
whatever?
versa?
I think so, but I've got to be honest with you. I try and avoid McDonald's when
Mhm.
I'm here. We did it yesterday because my kids were driving me crazy, and it was a quick win.
Oh, okay.
Or so I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So we get the specials like something called the Big Tasty. We get like Italian kind of styles. We get them with different spices. It's okay, but
Yeah,
I'm just
not great.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
See, in Europe, I was there for like 9 days or something like that. I ate at McDonald's 8 times.
Remind me, where'd you
8 times.
I went to Switzerland, Germany, and Italy, and
you went to McDonald's 8
I
times.
had McDonald's in every one of those countries. And-
Why?
Well, honestly, I blame the boy because that's what he was
What
really
he wanted,
wanting
right.
to eat.
Yeah, but like Italy, like the food in Italy is some of the best in the
We
world.
were only there for 24 hours,
It
and
doesn't matter.
what they do, and it was also the timing that we got there, because Italy is one of those that like all the restaurants close at one time and then they reopen, and so the only thing that was
That is
really
weird.
available at the time was McDonald's.
Okay.
And
I'll let you off. That's okay.
but hey, I had to
There
try
was no like late night Italian shops or pizza
It was the
place.
opposite. So we were like dead tired because we didn't sleep the whole night before. So for us, it was like 4. Well, in Italy, it was like 4 in the afternoon. But for us, it was like you've been up 24 hours.
Right.
So
you were a little
they were
jet-lagged.
closed, not ready for dinner. And so we would have had to wait another like 3 hours for them to reopen.
So go home and rest 3 hours and go back.
I could have done that, but I was dead tired. So we had a busy day the next day, and I had to have pizza too. So
Yes, of course.
but anyway,
I would have too. You have to have pizza.
Yeah. Okay. So when you do come here, is there a specific food that you look for?
So there's not much food that I don't like. So which is
Yeah.
great. So I mean, I've been coming over to the States for certainly since Andy's been here, and with work I've been lucky enough to see both sides of the US as well. So I really like Five Guys burgers. I'll just say that.
Fantastic.
They are spectacular. I used to really enjoy going to Outback. What was it? That onion bomb or whatever.
Bloomin'
it was?
Onion.
Yeah,
Mm,
that's
Outback.
good.
But you know what's
stuff.
funny? I went
I haven't
there.
been to those for years.
You know what's funny? I went there for my birthday the other day because I hadn't been there. Well, the other day,
Oh,
the
hey,
other
happy
month.
birthday.
No, this is like March.
Oh, well, never
It
mind.
all
Take
just
it back.
blurs together. But we've been going to Texas Roadhouse a lot because they built that one.
Yes.
they
Oh,
have the
rolls
onion
are
thing that's-
fantastic.
Yeah, they have the same thing.
Right, it's really good, right?
And it's very good.
So I wanted to go back to Outback because I hadn't gone there in years, and I was like, I want to compare apples to apples or onions to onions,
Yeah.
and it wasn't as good. The Bloomin'
Really?
Onion was not as good as it. I
Huh.
remember it used to be better, but somehow Texas Roadhouse have taken that thing and made it better.
And by the way,
Wow.
Texas Roadhouse makes alligator bites, which are like Monterey Jack cheese, like fried in like this batter or like breadcrumbs. They're delicious.
Oh,
So they're not
sounds good.
mozzarella sticks. It's like mozzarella. It's like Monterey Jack cheese with like a little bit
I
spices.
got to try that next
Oh
time.
my
I'm
God,
there.
those
We're going to
are so
take these
good.
guys there.
Yeah, there you go.
So I love
Where do we go the other night? At Leesburg.
Oh, Leesburg
Public
Public House.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
good.
yeah.
That enjoyed
Place
that.
is the
That was
best.
good.
Yeah, that's a
That
solid
was really
place.
good.
Yeah.
It is solid.
Do you guys have Thai food or
Yes. Yeah,
you do? Okay.
Yeah, so Thai's good, but mostly, I mean, lots of Chinese food, lots of Indian food. And I guess most of the pubs are now becoming like gastropubs. You can make more money on the food than you do the drinks. So you can go and get a really decent meal in a lot of the pubs now. So
So you don't need to go anywhere for dinner. You can stay there for dinner and drinks.
So
result.
Bam.
reminds me of my boy here. You may have heard on the show he's got a thing for Asian women.
Absolutely.
If he were to go to England, would there be a plethora of Asian women, or would he be like, there's not much?
I think if you go to London, you can get whatever you want.
Okay. Boom. So
There
maybe
you
you
go.
might get a Deshawn Watson. What up?
Deshaun
In
Watson.
London. What's up?
I
No,
mean,
he says there's a lot
London's
of women at the
melting pot.
bars and whatever. There's Asian women at the bars.
They're
and
not the soccer hooligan bars. Don't think there's no chance.
I'm sure there are some.
No.
You got to go to the clubs, Mooney. You're gonna have to go to
Yeah.
the clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to the club.
You're not
I
gonna
don't
be.
do
You're not gonna
clubs.
find them at the rugby bars.
No.
No.
when did
but
you?
if you like posh girls, that's where you go for that rugby bus.
Yeah.
I'll take that because I'm not going to do the club. I just don't do clubs.
But if it was Asian club, like,
But then I got to
Club
get dressed
Godzilla.
up and wear thing. No, I'm not doing it.
yeah.
I'm not getting dressed up.
But a hot Asian chick with a cool British accent, don't think that wouldn't be money. It'd be worth
It
getting
would
dressed
be
up.
awesome, but I probably still wouldn't get dressed up. I'd be like,
If you can't accept my flip flops, then I'm out.
right. I would be like, look, where am I going to have more fun? Dressing in flip flops and going arm in arm with dudes and singing beer songs?
But like a Gemma Chan with a
Or
British
I'm going
accent?
to a club where I don't like the music, don't like the people, and then I'm going to have to pretend I'm cool wearing all these clothes in front of Gemma Chan. No, because then she's going to see the real me after it's over, and then we may not even get to the boom chicka
Well,
pow
how
pow.
long are you really going to be in England anyway? Come on.
Who
You don't need to.
knows?
You're not taking her back to America with you.
Who knows? Like I may like it there, and then I may stay there a few days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A few days. You're not going to be there for too long.
I'm not getting dressed up and going to a club.
Okay. No suits are coming with Mooney to his trip to England.
Absolutely not.
Okay. So,
2 or 3 pairs of flip flops, and I'm good. Well, I need sneakers because it does rain there.
so
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
when you guys had
Oh,
when you guys grew up with 4 channels, did you guys have the Jetsons cartoon?
Yeah, occasionally. I mean, we
With like the Flintstones.
the
and
Flintstones we
Jetsons?
did. That was on every day at dinner
Yeah.
time, wasn't it?
Flintstones, a lot of
Flintstones,
the
we watched a lot
I
of
can't
that.
remember when. Jetsons, I do remember, but
Not-
most of the time it was like get out the house, get out the way, go
Oh,
out on your
okay.
bikes.
I don't think the
Don't
Jetsons was
bother
that
me until
popular,
tea
was it?
time.
Oh, because the Jetsons, I think like the Jetsons was my favorite almost out of the Flintstones and Jetsons. Like I loved them
Oh,
both.
I like Flintstones better.
It's like picking your kids, but
Right.
if I had to pick one, you know me, I'm all future. Anything future, I'm about. And so the Jetsons was my jam. It turns out that George Jetson's birthday, like the day he was born, was on July 31st, 2022.
Really?
Yes. So nerds of the world somehow remembered, I guess, in some episode, like his like birth date or whatever, and it was essentially this past
Nerd.
weekend.
So a nerd remembered that he was born on July 31st,
Yes.
2022.
So it got people thinking about all the things that like the Jetsons predicted, you know, as far as like what did George Jetson have? Because they said he's basically in the show, he's roughly 44 years old.
Right.
So, you know, granted, he's still got 40 something years in our future to get to the flying cars, but we do, in a weird sort of way, have, you know, the planes and stuff like that. But they were talking about things like, you know, how they had the robot maid who vacuums and whatnot. And now we have Roombas.
Right.
You know, they have like FaceTime, which we have, you know, we have FaceTime. So a good portion of the Jetsons was that is
A
something
good,
that we actually,
Accurate predictor of the future,
yeah, which is funny because
except for the flying cars.
a
and
lot of
stuff.
our inventions are based on like TV show, like science fiction stuff.
Oh, I'm sure.
So some little inventor was watching the Jetsons going, man, I need a talking, you know, robot or something like that. So
Look at that.
yeah. So
Jetson's predicting the future. What up?
happy birthday, George Jetson.
Well, now it's over. So
Well, he's like 2 days old. So it's all good. Baby George somewhere.
Baby George.
Just don't name your kid Elroy. That's the dumbest name ever. I don't know why
His
they named him
boy
Elroy. But anyway, so we had to give credit to that. There's another thing that I had to get your opinion on. This came up earlier in the week. So last week I think we talked about it briefly that Sylvester Stallone and Irwin Winkler, the producer of Rocky,
Yeah.
not fans of each other at the moment because
No, they hate each other. at
Irwin
the moment.
Winkler is Stallone basically created and wrote Rocky and all the characters and all of that good stuff. Irwin Winkler was the producer, but he technically owns the rights to the Rocky character.
Yep.
So we found out that
Well, he
Stall-
sold it. Stallone sold it. to
yeah,
him.
he did. And it's just, you know, one of those things you do. And so that's like Rocky is not in Creed 3, which we talked about.
Right.
So Stallone is actually really pissed off now because they're making a Drago movie
Oh,
based on
awful.
Ivan Drago, and Rocky is not in it. And so Stallone's like, you guys are just like really crushing these characters that I created.
Yeah.
All for this, all
for
for
a
the
money grab,
mighty
yeah.
dollar. I'm not gonna lie, I think I would watch it. Like, but I don't know how you feel. Like, if Stallone himself, who created the whole universe, doesn't sign off on it, would you still watch it?
I don't know if I would watch a
It's going to
Drago
be a
spin-off.
boxing. It's going to be still somewhat uplifting.
If it had Dolph Lundgren in it, I might.
It has to have Dolph Lundgren in it. There's
Well, they're not including Rocky, so who knows?
But it's a Drago.
Dude, he is right. Erwin Winkler is a POS.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
He didn't want Stallone from the start. He didn't even want to direct him when the original movie came out.
I get it. I know that. Like, he sucks. But
I'm almost like boycotting Erwin Winkler. So I might.
But Ivan Drago is an awesome character, and if they did like either a prequel or something along those lines, I'm still gonna watch. I think I am. Am I going by myself? There's not going to be a Subfacts viewing.
You're a completely traitor. I don't associate with traitors.
So you're definitely out.
Stallone hates him.
Okay,
therefore I hate him.
What if it's the greatest movie in the world? Like, what if I go see it and I'm like, dude,
if you tell me it's good, then I'll go.
If I'm like, it's better than John Wick.
If you tell me it's good, and I'll go watch, but I don't like turning my back on our.
I just want to see how good your
time.
allegiance is. So apparently, your allegiance to Stallone is only as good as my word. Awesome.
Well, if you said it's a good movie, I trust you.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so anyway,
why would I not?
Brian, are you going?
But you'd have to be honest. You'd have to say I would like it.
I just want to make sure
Brian's and not say you liked it.
I just want to make sure Brian's not sleeping.
No,
Brian,
I would not go see it.
Okay, and
I
see,
didn't
I
go see the
believe
Creed movies. I waited for them to come out on streaming.
Oh,
how is he our producer?
I don't want to talk anymore.
Mooney and I saw them day
later,
one. Okay, would you guys?
I'm not interested. What's the point, honestly, in a Drago movie?
Yeah, I mean that's the way I feel. Like, what's the point?
Okay,
you're the only one.
Well,
Traitor.
There's another movie I'm going to bring up in my.
You're the
movie
Paul
section.
Orndorff of the Subfacts team.
Paul Orndorff was my favorite wrestler. Don't think he wasn't.
You liked him above Randy Savage?
For a while, I did. Believe it or not.
Oh wow!
I liked Paul Orndorff. That was my dog.
Mr. Wonderful,
big pile driver. Boom. So anyway, you guys didn't have WWF back in the day.
Yeah, they did.
We had our own version of wrestling.
No, it came over. We had Hulk Hogan, we had The Undertaker.
Okay.
I can remember bits of it. I mean,
see, there you go.
Yeah, okay.
You keep saying they don't have
UK
stuff.
wrestling.
That's what I was telling my kids about. Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks.
Right?
Okay, because I'm sitting there. I feel like Andy. I've talked to you about a few things, and I'm like, I'm wondering if that. I couldn't remember if that translated over or not, because I know there's things. Oh, that's what it was. I was looking for a theme music, and I was like, oh, music like
That's
Hulk
right.
Hogan's theme music, and he was like,
What's
we
that?
didn't have WWF, and I was like, oh, okay. I just assumed. So that's where I was. But so Stallone, you guys.
I mean, we watched
wouldn't
Rocky,
see-
obviously,
yeah.
but
But a Drago movie, not a big no-go.
Just what's the point?
Yeah, what is the point?
Okay.
What's the number one track on the WWF album? No way.
It wasn't
know.
Land of a Thousand so there was Land of a Thousand
Was it
Dances.
Mean Gene Okerlund?
That was the first song that came out on the Pile Driver album. It might have been Land of a Thousand Dances.
Brian, we need it.
Wasn't it?
Side 2.
Yeah,
side
Land of
one.
a Thousand Dances.
Look at you, dude.
Boom.
You called that. How in the world did you get that?
I don't drink, sir. My memory is full intact.
Wow.
That might be my biggest pull yet today.
And then Junkyard Dog with Grab Them Cakes. Love that.
Solid. Rick Derringer, Real American should have been the number one in my opinion.
Yeah, then it would have been the best ever.
Yeah. But anyways, can you get back to the I know Brian you just helped us out.
Script.
But I know because I think it's time to move on to our movies of the week.
Movies of the week.
So this week we saw the brand new trailer, since we were talking about Stallone, for Samaritan.
Oh
Which
yes.
came out. And
I'm excited.
So Samaritan.
I'm in. I'm fully in.
So Samaritan is a Stallone
Thursday
movie.
night. I'm in.
He did not write, did not direct, so it's just Stallone acting in it. Mike Kunda, our Stallone expert, he finds that when Stallone doesn't write it or direct it, it's not as good, but this actually looks pretty good. So he plays like a superhero, but he's like retired
Superhero.
and he doesn't really want to be seen. He's just like a normal trash guy. He's actually a trash collector. And it's little Karate Kid-ish, where this little kid's getting beaten up by hooligans or whatever, and he comes in and kind of saves
the
them.
day.
And then the kid kind of figures out who he is, And he's like, no, I'm not. And then there's a point to where he has no choice but
He's trying to get him back in action because there's a bad guy going around hurting people, and he wants to get the Samaritan.
It's Stallone beating people up in a Marvel type of world.
And that's the thing. If it's Stallone, I'm probably in. And I'm in because...
Yes, it looks pretty exciting.
I've got a Stallone question. You said that his only good movies are the ones that he only acts in.
No. Mike Kunda are
the better ones.
Our resident expert.
Did he direct Demolition Man?
He did not.
I need to know that because that is the balls. That is amazing. So
I like Demolition Man.
It's brilliant.
He did not. No, he.
So that stacks up, right? That theory works.
Yeah,
I like Demolition Man.
Come on, you've got to like Demolition Man.
I like all Stallone movies except for like Stop or My Mom Will Shoot or a couple of others.
Yeah, like literally if Stallone's in it, I'm most likely going to like it. Some more than others. Okay, so the next one, these are the movies that are coming out this week.
Okay.
Number one is the only movie I think anybody should really see, and that's Bullet Train.
Solid.
That's the movie with Brad Pitt.
I will see that.
I don't know anything about the story, but he's on a train and there's a lot of fighting going on.
Yeah. And it's got Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt's cool.
Yeah, it's Brad Pitt in fighting. And there's a lot of celebrity cameos in it.
There's a lot of other celebrities in it.
Yeah.
It's all-star cast.
Yeah, it looks pretty great. Okay.
And it's, a train that's moving really fast and there's a lot of fighting and there's some hot chicks. So, yeah.
It's got everything you need in a movie. Really.
And drinking. So,
yeah. Hopefully there's a hot Asian and you're.
Oh, my God. 100%. If it does, then I'll buy it.
Boom. Okay, the second one is the movie I think anybody should just skip because
why
it's coming out on August 5th, yet it's called Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
The movie is about having a celebration on Easter Sunday.
Yeah, and it's coming out in August.
What gets me is Hollywood holds movies all the time. They do. Like certain movies are held for like 3 years plus. They couldn't have released it on maybe Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
The week before.
I've never seen an Easter movie until now.
If they're throwing a movie called
like Joe Coy or Russell,
Joe Coy, and then I think Tiffany Haddish is it.
Yeah,
she's in everything, and so
she's in way too much. They overuse her.
Yeah. So Easter Sunday, don't waste your money on that one.
I can't believe you even mentioned it, but that's
the next one is called Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
What's that?
Is kind of like it's a bunch of 20-somethings. They get together in like a haunted house type of thing, and there's like a murder, but it's supposed to be more of like a dark comedy. But it's got murder, dark comedy, and 20-somethings. So
you're losing me. I don't know if I would want to see this.
You love like haunted houses. You love murder. You love 20-somethings. What part? And you like comedy. What part is not working?
You said
for
dark comedy though.
Oh, it's light comedy. Does that help?
No. Yeah. Well, I like. I like sophomore comedy.
Yeah.
I like slip on a banana peel sophomore.
I'm sure it's all of that.
I don't like that like underground like funny and under.
No. If anything, I think you would like it. I think it's a movie for you. Like I'm probably not going to see it, but I think you're going to like it.
You also like the Batman movie, which was
loved it. That's not dark comedy. At no point is that dark comedy.
Sort of dark.
No, but it's not comedy.
All right.
So anyway. The next one is shocking to me because it's actually going to be on Disney Plus, and it's the movie Prey, which is it's in the world,
Lion movie.
It's in the world of Predator, and so
it is. That's the Predator one.
It takes place like 300 years prior to now.
Okay, I was thinking of the Lion movie. I want to see that too.
Yeah, so you know how like the Predator movies are always in like current time, 300 years in the past with a specific like native tribe.
Did you guys see the Predator movies?
Back in the day?
I mean, I saw the first two, and then as soon as it got like Predator, it's like
and then it gets crazy.
Point?
Alien versus Predator and all the
Predators.
Yeah,
but,
So this is a different take. They have a look of the Predator, so it's not the same specific thing. I'm kind of intrigued. It's Disney, so I don't have to pay for it. Well, I'm paying for it, but I can sit down and watch it at the house. And I'm kind of intrigued to see how like a native tribe would handle that kind of thing versus like when you have guns and stuff like that. So
I won't go to the theater, but I will watch it on TV.
Okay, boom.
If I get Disney Plus somehow.
So that is the movie section of the week.
Yeah, so nothing really crazy.
Yeah, nothing great. Just go back and see Bullet Train and Top Gun again.
I still haven't seen Nope. I got to see that.
Nah,
Why?
nobody wants to see it. It's already done.
Really? That's why
not
it's
that
making
good.
a lot of money.
I don't know that it is making a lot of money.
Well, we can get Brian to check. So
Now Brian just took me. I was going to segue into another topic.
what
Not now.
topic?
Oh,
You don't remember the topics?
I do. No, but he has me reading now because he's like pointing things at me. 67 million so far,
That's pretty damn good.
and it's been out for 2 weeks.
66. It's going to make nearly 100 million, and it cost $0 to make.
Okay, fair enough.
It looks like there's a lot of CGI in this one, so it probably cost, 30 million.
Yeah. Producer extraordinaire. Yeah, he
Nerd.
knows what's up, except for when it comes to Formula One.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so the other thing, TV. There's really not much going on in the world TV wise. A couple weeks ago, I mentioned Only Murders in the Building, which you should still watch because you would love it. Season 2 is out now, and it's actually
What network is it on?
It's on Hulu.
See, I don't have
So
Hulu.
I binged season 1, and now I'm on season 2, and it's just as good.
All right.
And so,
I think I need your
do you
Hulu
guys have
password.
Hulu?
Yeah.
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 Oh, have you seen it? Only Murders in the Building?
No.
I need your Hulu password.
I'll have to hook you up later. I know a guy. So it's actually really good. So it's Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. The interesting thing about this show is they all live in this one building, and they've almost made the building like a character. Like the building itself is a character within the show, and so they're people who love this murder podcast, and they meet over that, and they create their own podcast because there's a real murder in their building, and so they're creating their own murder podcast while they're trying to solve this murder. So
there's two. How is there 2 seasons? Is there another building?
well, no, it extends because there's another murder that happens in that building,
Okay, got it.
and
All
so
right.
then they're implicated in
All right.
this
So
murder.
they better not go to season 3 because then they're just going to keep.
It's funny. I'm going to say this: Martin Short owns the show. He's hilarious.
I'm a little
Love that guy.
Yeah, he is so funny in this show.
All right.
So it's good
Martin
stuff.
Short for me is hit or miss.
And
No,
actually,
you would really like the show. I've watched the first season, and it's really good.
I just received a autograph return from Jane Lynch, and one of the questions, she actually answered my questions, and one of the questions was, what character is most like you in real life that you've played? And she referenced that character in Only Murders in the Building.
Really?
Yeah. And it was weird because I didn't reference it in my letter to her. It was just
She just pulled it out of the blue.
that's who she
That's
thinks is most
awesome.
like her. So good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yes. Do you guys from England want to see Mooney get all excited and hot and bothered?
I think everyone wants to see that.
Okay.
This is Cindy Starfall, and it's time for Mooney's Dugout. Love you, Mooney.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thrilling, right?
Cindy. What a perfect intro. Good music.
Yeah, I wonder who did
Hot
that.
eight. Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Some creative genius.
Creative genius. Real man.
I bet he's real humble as well.
Yes. And he's still riding high from his cult thing that we talked about last week.
Oh,
That
you
was
know it.
awesome.
It was pretty cool.
We broke 200,000 views this week
That
Nice.
is
in 11 days. I mean, and to put it into context, prior to that, most times I upload a video, I'm getting like anywhere from like 21 to 100 views.
Yeah.
My biggest to date had been like 900 views on a video. So
And this one
Yeah.
got
to break 200,000 in 11 days just
200,000,
blows my mind.
Which I thought, I went to Andy and I'm like, dude, so how much, like not for nothing, but how much cash did you roll? You know, you can tell me type of thing. Ask him how much cash he got.
how much cash you get?
Zip.
Why?
You're supposed to get money, right? Off of those listeners.
So the way a lot of Facebook and YouTube and a lot of social media, if there's copyrighted content in the video, they'll basically claim it and say you don't own the rights to this, so you can't monetize it. So for example, if I'm doing a clip of like a video, like I'm videoing my son playing hockey, let's say, and in the background while I'm like commentating, I'm calling the game, but in the background when they're about to do a face-off, they play 5 seconds of Billy Idol.
Mhm.
I'll get a copyright claim from the publishing company of Billy Idol saying, we own that piece of music, so you no longer can monetize this video. Even if it's
What?
like in the background while I'm calling the game.
Yeah, but what you clip this video,
But
you
weren't
get rid of the music. You've just got the altercation between the fans and Ian going in there. There's no issue. There's no copyright.
is it
issue,
because he
You'd think
started
so,
Sweet Soul
right?
Sister? I think it was.
No, it was which song was it? Was it Rain?
I thought it was Sweet. I
It
thought
was something. It was definitely from Love, because that was why I started filming. So I was like, I got 3 songs coming up from my
Yeah.
favorite album, so I'm gonna get all 3 of these. But he jumps off stage. I mean, the clip, when you watch it, there's only like a few words that he
don't hear
sings,
the music
and
really.
he jumps off, and it's you can hear Billy Duffy continues playing guitar, but the YouTube algorithm was able to detect, no, this is their song, and
Mhm.
said it's
Oh,
not
dagger.
something that
That
can be
sucks.
monetized.
Dude, that's dagger. That's something that would happen to me, dude.
That would.
I'm not complaining though, because I mean I'm getting like 20 subscribers a day.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know,
that's good.
I've been fighting for years to get subscribers on my channel, and it's hard to. I couldn't even break 200 subscribers. Now I'm
And-
getting 20 a day,
Yeah.
because as a result of that, now I'm going back and I'm uploading. I have tons of footage from concerts that I've just
Yeah.
been hoarding for years. Like, well, if they like that, maybe they like this. So I'm going and
Boom.
uploading a clip per day of
See?
like all these concerts I've been to over the years, and
Yeah.
it's generating
You,
some interest.
you know what I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna ask.
What?
You know, if you like this, you'll love Subfacts.
Oh,
Boom. Like and
You know it.
subscribe, folks.
That's right.
Oh my God, that would get a plug
He,
there.
he did give us a
We'll
shout
get a
out
plug
though.
from him. Get a plug from Goots. Get Goots on the show.
If we got Goots on the show, nobody needs to plug. But I mean, like, but
You're
no,
right.
This is what I've been saying to you for a
Mhm.
long time, though, that when we talk about what you guys are doing here on Subfacts, that I
Mhm.
firmly believe that you guys have such an amazing show, and it's just going to take one thing. And that's
One
kind of
thing.
like, this was one of those things where it was
Yeah.
like,
Pebble in the
I just
lake.
captured a moment randomly that I didn't think twice about. I zoomed in because I didn't have my glasses on and I couldn't see what happened. It wasn't until I got
Yeah.
home I was like, oh, I clipped it down,
That's
I upload
awesome.
it, and then it blows up because it got picked up
Mhm.
by like, NME and Revolver
Mhm.
magazine and all these music publications.
What's enemy?
new music. It's new music.
Musical Express.
Yeah.
I mean, these are like, big music publications.
Oh, I'm well familiar. Yeah.
But I mean, I firmly believe that that's the same thing that, with a podcast too,
Mm-hmm.
of, the kind of caliber that you guys are creating. It's like, it just takes one thing
Yeah.
to get picked up by like something big, and then boom, the floodgates
That's how it
open.
makes it,
And
yeah.
I think Andy needs to
Well,
sit in our
remember,
show
that's,
all the time
uh,
because I need that motivational, like,
Isn't it that how? What's his name? Roy Kent got big, right? Didn't like he was ready to give up to, and he did this like last audition for.
he was a writer on the show though. He wrote
oh,
the
he
part.
did.
He
He
wrote
wrote
the
for the
part
show,
for
okay.
himself. Yeah, no. But no, I we need that little that
We need it.
cult moment.
All right, so
Back
Moody's
to,
back to the dugout.
back to the dugout. All right. So we talked about wrestling a little earlier. A living legend in wrestling is done. He hung up his boots forever. Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, wrestled
Yep.
his last match.
Yes, and Mick Foley and the Undertaker were in the audience watching it.
Yes.
And fantastic. I love the crazy thing is Ric Flair literally, I think it was like 8 months ago, was on his deathbed.
Yeah.
I think we had already RIP'd him on the
Yeah.
show, Tony Dow. And for those who
And then he
listened to
came
last
out,
week's
and then
show.
he's wrestling again.
Yeah. He wrestled like, I think it was like, I want to say it was like one of the WrestleMania type of things.
Right.
And then, and even then he kind of looked old, but this, what you're talking about is the official. He's like, I'm out, I'm done.
So it was a tag team match. He did his whole thing, came out with the woo.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You have to. It's the best.
But a tag team match with his son-in-law, Andrade El Idolo, who I don't know.
Yeah.
Then they were versus Jay Lethal, awesome name,
Mhm.
and Jeff Jarrett.
There you go.
And he won the match with his classic figure four.
Boom. Awesome. He's got a hot daughter too.
Yes, he does.
Charlotte Flair. Brian, if you want to look
Flair.
that one up.
But to end with your figure four leg lock, that's pimp.
It is. But you know what though? When I think of figure four leg drop, there's only one person that comes to mind.
Figure four leg lock, not a leg drop.
Oh, leg drop is Hulk Hogan.
Yes,
No,
leg drop is Hulk Hogan.
Figure 4 leg lock
is Flair.
No, Greg the Hammer Valentine. That was his patented move. Remember, he even had
stole it from Flair.
He probably did. I don't know. I know one was before the other.
Well, Flair was NWA and the Hammer. Valentine
was WWF.
Yes.
But Valentine even had that like shin guard that he'd like.
He did.
Flip around to the side. Like if it didn't suck enough getting stuck in that figure 4 leg lock.
I've been in the figure 4 leg lock.
Oh,
it hurts.
BK used to love to put me in one of those.
What? Did he really?
Sucked big time. Did I ever tell you about the time he broke my ankle? Like I broke my ankle. Like he sprained my ankle. It broke because I was trying to push on it. And literally I go back to school and everybody like was coming up to me going, I heard your brother jumped off the top bunk bed onto you. Like, I'm like, what? Like he told these people, like literally he was just trying to pin me down.
A wrestling move?
Yeah, he was just trying to pin me down, but yet he told the whole school that he jumped. We had bunk beds. He jumped off the top bunk.
He did you?
Yeah, no, he did the whole like elbow drop onto my leg apparently.
Wow.
Why
that's a stretch.
I know, right?
I got to ask, I'm no expert on wrestling, but if there's one thing I know, it's trash TV, as we discussed earlier, right?
It.
So knowing that you love TLC reality shows, were you a fan of The Real World back in the day on
I've
MTV?
seen every episode.
Right, good. I figured that
have
we
you
had
seen
that
the reunions that have come up on Paramount?
Of course,
I've not yet. But where I'm going is there was a guy that back when I used that's where I was going back in the day. One of my favorite years of was Mike from, I think it was New York, right?
And the best thing about him was the fact that like when we were watching him in the real world, we're thinking, oh, this guy's a complete tool. Like,
nutcase, right? You thought he was crazy.
He looked like just a dumb jock and you just didn't think anything of it. And now he's been like a WWF champion for years. Yeah.
Because in the show, he had this alter ego.
WWF champion?
In the show, he was like a recent college graduate or whatever the real world age was. And he pretended and he had this character called The Miz, and the people goofed and laughed. Like he'd have pillow fights as The Miz or whatever. And that's all I thought. And
right. You just thought he was a little bit.
Now he's a real wrestler?
Yeah. You thought he was an idiot. And then now he's a multi-millionaire. Like he even had a reality show later on with his family. And so
I've never heard of this guy.
Yeah, but he's huge.
Well, not that huge, apparently, if I've never heard. So.
Oh, well, yeah. He's no bare naked ladies.
They are phenomenal. All right. So next up, this is what gets me really aggravated, and I hate the NFL, and I hate the independent firm that did the the review of the case. But Deshawn Watson, instead of getting an indefinite suspension or a 1-year suspension or even an 8-game suspension, got 6 measly F-in games.
Mm-hmm. Here's my thing. I don't care that honestly, I really don't care if he was.
You should care.
I don't care if he was trying to get a happy ending, all that kind of good stuff. What bothers me, and the reason why I want him to be suspended indefinitely, because it would just be funny to laugh at the Cleveland Browns because they wasted
$245 million.
$245 million on his contract,
43 of a year, 44 a year.
Yeah, guaranteed to him.
And guaranteed. Every single dollar.
Yep, and they would have lost, and I would have laughed every single time. If I saw anybody from Cleveland, I would laugh at him, and I'd have to flip him off.
It's complete absurdity that he only got 6 games. I am livid mad.
Yeah, it's not like he deflated the footballs or anything.
Yeah, so aggravating.
Yep.
All right. So, I'm gonna have to go into some little bit more sad news. This is a huge RIP.
Oh.
And very big RIP, especially in your world, Bill Russell. Bill Russell.
I am wearing my Celtics hat in honor of Bill Russell.
In honor of Bill Russell, man.
Yes.
He changed the game. He
was 11 championships.
11. Yeah, I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
11 championships. But the reason I say he changed the game, he was a huge center, played the game different than many centers before him, but he was a black man in Boston in the 1950s or whatever it was.
Which, by the way, it would have been scary to be a black man in the 1970s, if not early 80s.
It's scary to be there now.
Not so much now.
They still,
I think they've calmed things down, but
I understand, but they still say rude things to black people in Boston.
And he played with Bob Cousy, and Bob Cousy even admits he wasn't the nicest guy to Bill Russell.
Right.
You know?
But in the 1950s,
that would just be nuts.
yes. And it was amazing how he transformed that town and got them to love him.
Yes. Boston is not the city of brotherly love.
No, it's absolutely not. 11-time champion in basketball, 2-time NCAA champion, 1 Olympic gold medal, 5-time MVP, 12-time All-Star. His accolades are unfounded.
As tall as he is.
I mean, I don't know if there's no other 11-time champions. He's the only one that I know of.
Yeah. Bill Russell.
I did find other 10-time champions, 9-time champions, but what you'll also not like about Bill Russell is he never signed autographs.
Ooh.
He was notorious.
F that guy. No, I'm taking the hat off.
Notorious for not signing autographs.
You know how to get to Matt.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So in fact, he was at this like fundraiser, and he had to get like one dude he knew that was there with him. He had to ask him like 15 times, like, "Come on, dude. Everyone else is signing this football. You got to sign the football. Come on, dude. Stop." And he finally agreed.
I'm not gonna lie. That actually, as much as I love the autographs, it makes me happy. It makes me laugh knowing that that's his case. Like if that's his hardcore stance, like that HBO show about the Lakers, when the kid came to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and kind of asked for that, and he just basically told him to go F off. I love it. If you're gonna tell a kid to F off, you got me right in the heart, right there. I think that's fantastic.
But you love autograph.
I do, but I'd rather see a kid get told to go F off.
And then get one yourself.
Especially if they had like a disease or something. But
so if it's a famous person and they said you'd rather tell them a kid to go F off than you get your own autograph.
Yes, it would. I would laugh. It would make my day. Like,
how much would it make your day if they said F off to the kid but then signed yours?
Oh my God. I would DMF that kid so fast. I'd be like, that's why you got cancer. You know?
You would not.
It would be hilarious. No, but see, so like I said, I respect that more than the person who, for instance, I just found out Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's kind of a jerk in the fact that like he won't sign autographs unless he's getting paid a ton of money. Like he does those like circuits, and he wonders why his lines aren't that big because he's charging way too much money, and it's
like $150, $200.
Yeah, like
or whatever.
That's, to me, that's jerky. I don't like that.
Like, but stop, Carl Weathers. You're not the star of the show.
Yeah, like if your stance is always like F you, then I'm 100% for it. So I'm back in the Bill Russell camp.
Nice. All right. So this is what I found interesting because it wasn't Forbes, but Sportico came out with their
Sportico.
I don't know. It's some sort.
I think our podcast is bigger than Sportico. You're getting.
I don't know about that.
You're getting your news from Sportico.
I have. Okay, the article was on ESPN, so obviously Sportico was known enough where ESPN posted the article. Sportico research, whatever.
Okay.
So they researched and found the highest valued NFL franchises.
I'm going to trust them.
So you care to guess who's number one?
Highest valued NFL franchise.
Yep. You obviously know number one. If you don't, then you're an idiot.
That's the Dallas Cowboys.
Absolutely.
Jerry Jones, Mr. Racist.
By far. Dallas, $7.6 billion.
I hate Dallas with a
Me
passion,
too.
but good on them. Why not?
So the top five: Rams $5.9 billion, Pats $5.8, Giants $5.7, 49ers $5.1.
The Rams is
all in billions.
The Rams is a shock to me.
No Green Bay.
Well, they're owned by the fans.
Oh, that's right.
So they're a little bit lower.
Yeah,
now.
but I mean, the Rams shocks me because I know they won the Super Bowl, but they are recently they've moved around. They've had different owners.
Well, the new stadium is part of their value, probably.
I guess, but it just seems like they don't have they haven't lasted long enough to build up.
Remember, they had that Super Bowl run with Kurt Warner, so they They've
But
had
how many Rams jerseys do you see?
not many, but now you see a bunch.
But even in like LA, they're so fickle in their fandom.
When they changed their jerseys and they got those what jerseys? They had the jerseys with the blue numbers with like the paint. It looks like paint almost.
Yeah.
Those became really popular.
Yeah, it's true.
So they started selling a ton of those. But
Okay.
I don't know. I'm with you. I don't know how the Rams are up there. Jets are number 7. Commanders number 8.
Last week Brian
Jets edged him out by 0.1 billion.
Last week Brian disparaged the Commanders a little bit, and I don't blame him because he switched teams. I'm not gonna lie. I'm now all in. I'm all in. I'm like now
all in on Commanders.
Yes,
Brian switched teams.
He did.
You can't switch teams.
He went to the Ravens.
He has a perfect switch teams.
He did.
Yeah, you can switch when your team changes names like that. Yeah, you can.
I thought about going to Philadelphia.
Who's the Commanders?
The former Redskins.
Gotcha. Right.
Yeah,
that name I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody does.
You're not in on Commanders. Come on,
I would
stupid.
I would kill to have them back as the Redskins, but I was very anti the Commanders.
You know what?
Now
I already know why he is, because the boy is going to be into Commanders. So
we've started to bond a little bit more over it. So he's 100% in. So for me, I'm kind of like, okay, and now I'm starting to even say Commanders. Before I kept saying Redskins, and you've heard it on the show.
It really is dumb because you can't have Commanders. It would be a commander.
But it's just, I get it, but at the same time, it's just a name. Like if and I don't understand football, but if it was the Caps and the Caps changed the name to the Washington Fairies, I'd still love them because it's hockey and I can go see it because it's down the street. It's convenient. I'm not gonna follow a team that's further away.
But
so they have a terrible owner. They have a terrible stadium experience.
No.
They put a terrible product on the field year after year. They've changed the name. Okay. They've erased everything that had to do with the history of the team for the past 60 years. I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah.
See, that's the way you should feel.
But the Caps have been kind of like that too for years. I mean, okay, we finally won a Stanley Cup, but for years we were tortured.
But they've got a good owner now. They do good things for the fans. They've got a good fan experience at the state.
The fan experience.
Here's the thing: the owner puts money. The Caps, the owner always put money into the product.
That's right. Except for when it was Abe Pollin before Ted Leontis. Yeah. Yes, Andy's 100% right.
And I should probably preface this by saying I know nothing about the Redskins or Commanders because I've never even been to a football game, so I know nothing about your pain and suffering.
Yeah,
Brian. I apologize for that.
So Brian is completely correct in being able to switch out. I almost went to the Eagles because it would have made my life so much easier to stick with all Philadelphia, but because of the boy and still living here, I kind of stuck it out.
Brian, like for him, like locally, he's kind of between the two teams anyway. For us, it would be a pain to have to go up to Baltimore to go watch a game. But I guess for Brian, he's kind of 50-50 between the two.
I'm 20 minutes away from
that. Out of Baltimore is much easier than going to
Landover. Is awful.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Landover.
Yeah, Landover's awful. It's one way in and out of that game
out. And I guess it's on the other side of DC too. Whereas for us on the side of DC that we are, it's almost a better shot going up to Baltimore, right?
And in Baltimore, they have a lot of parking garages that you can park in. Their stadium parking isn't the best.
I've had parking where you can't actually see where the stadium is. Like it was like Lord of the Rings, trying to get from my parking to the eventually we found it. I needed a walking stick. I'm not gonna lie, it was tough.
So let me ask you this: as someone that knows nothing about football, that one day we'll go to his first football game and we'll probably take my son, being as crazy about
I'm going to be going with you on that one, sir.
And we'll probably be together. Where should I be going? Should I be going to see the Ravens play, or should I be going to see the Commanders play?
Well, it depends on, I think, reality based on your son, and you're sticking with the home teams, then you should go to the Commanders.
Game day he doesn't like, by the way.
If it's wide open, you can choose a team.
Yeah.
You're not that far away. I would go Eagles because that stadium experience is amazing.
It's pretty great.
Is that right?
And you could get in and out of there easy. You don't have to worry.
How funny would that
be? You
be?
could stay overnight in Philly and experience a cheesesteak. Oh, my God.
But then you'd have to deal with what I deal with, being a huge Flyers fan, but then also a Commanders fan.
But
the other way around.
You would be the opposite. Yeah, the other way around.
He gets the pass. He's from overseas.
Fair enough.
You don't get a pass.
What do you mean?
We already discussed.
We've established it way too many times on the show. So next, is that it for?
That's it.
Zach?
No more.
I got one I got to add in there for Brian. You know, we
Okay.
got Formula One news that I'm sure you was probably on your list, but I'll just pick it up for you and run with it.
I was gonna bump it, but
Because the great Sebastian Vettel, who's a world champion, how many times? Four-time
Four
world
times, yeah.
champion.
Mhm.
One of the most gentlemanly Formula One racers of all
And a
time.
German with a sense of humor.
Yeah, amazing guy. This is the guy that, like, after races is seen in the stands picking up trash.
I'm a German with a
Really?
sense of humor too.
Incredible
So-
human being. In fact, just this weekend, he crashed his car in practice, and before qualifying, he was helping his team rebuild the car.
That's
That's
the
who this
Mooney
guy is.
of racing.
So
You're that guy.
he announced his retirement.
Oh.
He's going to be retiring at the end of this season, which is a huge loss to the sport. He's an incredible human being and a great racer.
We
Let me
don't
ask
even know
you a
who he
question. You use
is.
the word gentleman-like or gentleman a lot. Like, what's like the difference? Like, I mean, in other words, you have
Gentleman
gentleman,
means-
bloke, you have
We're blokes, but like gentleman is like gentleman. Isn't
So-
blokes Australian though, right?
Gentleman's a real compliment. You call someone a gentleman, you're saying he's a
stand-up.
stand-up
dude.
yeah.
person. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
good morals,
good ethics.
What if someone's
All-round
like a
good
little
egg.
bit more questionable on the moral scale?
shady?
I'm gonna
Like
drop the
someone
C-bomb.
like
He's a wanker. Isn't it a wanker?
Am I a wanker or a C-bomb?
You're a
Well,
wanker.
Do you know what? It's all about context because you can throw anything into that. It's all about the context. But yeah, sports desk, massive shout out to the England ladies football team, the Red Roses.
Oh,
they
yeah,
won
they
the
won.
European Cup Championship.
Oh, I like that
yesterday.
name, the Red Roses.
Yeah, fantastic effort. Really proud of those girls. That was amazing.
And what
That
did they
was
do? They
brilliant.
came.
They,
what-
they won the
They
World
won
Cup.
the it's the European Cup.
It's the
the
same
Euro.
thing.
It's
Soccer.
not the
It's
same
not
thing,
the
although
same.
the best teams are in Europe.
I thought you
Yeah.
didn't like football.
I don't, but you know,
Oh,
it's the national team.
oh
Yeah,
okay,
he's-
gotcha.
he's
The
got-
Red Roses.
Red Roses, yeah.
Yeah, and red roses too. Boom. So anyway, you know who I would
See,
give?
they contributed it.
He did. You know who I would give red roses to?
Oh no. I shouldn't have asked. I should not have asked.
That was slick.
Hey, Mrs. Mooney, mailbag. So anyway, I'm actually going to read off the mailbag because this came from our boss's boss. I think we're just going to call her Chris. I don't think we're going to give the full.
Chris is good.
privacy
Yeah,
thing.
Chris
We'll
is
just say
good.
Chris. So shout out to Chris, who wrote in. Which a lot of times people go, "Does your boss know what you do?" And it's like, "Well, yes, she wrote in."
She absolutely
Boom.
knows what we do.
So she heard about the show we did last week, where we had the best lead off tracks. So the best number one song on an album. So she said, I have to write in, and this is what she came up with. Best lead off tracks. Bruce Springsteen, Thunder Road. Can't argue that.
Thunder Road. What album did she say or no?
I believe the album's Thunder Road.
Oh, Thunder Road on Thunder
I
Road.
think that's.
Okay, got it.
I'm not. I have all like Bruce's.
Thunder
greatest
Road is the
hits.
name of an album, so it absolutely has to be that.
I
one.
believe it is the name of the album,
Okay.
but don't hate me on that, folks. This one I actually almost had on my list, but I didn't put it on there. Was 9 Inch Nails' "Head Like a Hole"?
Oh,
Head
nice.
Like a Hole. That is an amazing
pull.
lead off. You can't go wrong with that.
Solid pull.
The next one she did steal from me, I think. "Let's Go Crazy" by Prince off of Purple Rain. Awesome.
Did you have that?
I mentioned it 2 weeks ago. I didn't put it on my
Didn't
list because I brought
didn't
it up.
Smorgy have a Prince one?
Smorgy did too, because and he even gave me credit because I said it the week prior.
So 3 votes for that. That's got to be Hall of
It
Fame.
should be up there. She's got Led Zeppelin "Immigrant Song," which I had last time.
Nice.
Led Zeppelin 3. She wrote Kate Bush. Clearly, I've been watching a lot of Stranger Things. Running Up That Hill, which good for Kate Bush. She's blowing up. She's getting a lot of money based
Yeah,
on
she
that
is.
Stranger Things.
Yeah,
Kate
she deserved that
Bush.
though. It's
Yeah,
come on.
long time coming. She definitely deserved it. She's got Katy Perry "Roar," which everybody
I'm not a
likes.
bit-
That. It's anthem.
Roar's okay.
It's anthemic.
It is in.
She's our boss's boss. So it's fantastic.
It's great.
I love it.
Way to go.
Her pick couldn't be any better. And then she's got Supertramp, "Give a Little Bit."
That
Ooh.
song is killer.
That's
Didn't even think
Love
about
that
that one.
tune.
So that's a great one. And then she said, I omitted soundtrack albums. Not sure if they would have been disqualified.
I think so.
I think they would have.
I think I told her that. I said,
But then again, Purple Rain is technically a soundtrack album, but she's our boss's boss.
But
So
it kind of
hey,
stands on its own.
it
too.
does. It does.
You don't think of that one as a soundtrack album.
I think her.
I wouldn't picture it a soundtrack album. Did he have the album first or did the movie first?
It's
Same
the
time.
album dropped a little bit before the movie, but same time basically. I love the movie too. I watch it to this day. Fantastic.
I want the movie, not so much, but the album's great.
When Apollonia purifies herself in Lake Minnetonka.
With Apollonia, him and Apple.
We were friends on LinkedIn until she passed away. R.I.P. But anyway,
I'm sure she knew who you were.
Thank you, Chris. That was the best mailbag we've ever had on this show.
Absolutely
amazing. Review time is
not for a while, so
okay.
We got a lot more buttering up to do.
Yes, we do. So now it's time for my backstage pass. If I had music, now would be the time to play it.
Yeah, thanks, Andy.
Awesome.
It's been, the YouTube thing. It's just been very
consuming.
He's been busy. My phone's been ringing off the hook.
That is true.
But it's in the works.
I feel it. So 2 albums this week. You're going to hate both, so just it.
I'm gonna hate.
So Eminem has Curtain Call #2, which is his second greatest hits album, which got to give it to Eminem, But here's the thing: it's everything from 2005 till like now.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of the later stuff of Eminem, so I'm not necessarily going to run out.
I don't like Eminem really that much.
I'm not. So I'm like, I'll get it to.
He has some good songs.
I'll get it to complete my Eminem catalog.
Your discography.
Yes, but all his great stuff is on Curtain Call anyway. So the first one. But hey, if you got to have greatest hits, it's like Billy Joel. He's got 3. So
yeah, 3 of them.
So Eminem's working his way up there. The next one, I'm kind of excited about. You not so much, but Calvin Harris. Do you know who he is?
No clue.
He is a Scottish DJ. He's known for his EDM music.
And you're going to put that on your list.
I actually enjoy it.
Scottish DJ.
Yes.
Do we know what EDM is?
Do you know what EDM is?
Should we start there?
No clue.
Electronic dance music.
Oh, I loathe.
You love dancing. You're a dancing kind of guy.
Yeah, but I like Spanish dancing music or like 80s.
We've already established Mooney doesn't want to go to the club. He made that clear earlier. Right?
Or like 50s dance music where they play swing stuff. You know what I don't like? The
right. Like Calvin Harris.
It's Mooney's worst nightmare. Getting into the fancy shirts.
Oh my God.
Going to the club.
Yeah, that stuff I hate. Yeah. House music, dance music. Stop. Play regular music where people sing, or it could just be like Hispanic music or Latin music. And
you like reggaeton?
I do. I like
reggaeton. Solid.
Yeah, I don't like any of that. Like boom, 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 boom.
So Calvin Harris might not be your jam, but that guy is like, he's literally like the biggest selling DJ ever type of guy. And so so he's got a new album called Funk Wave Bounces Volume 2.
Oh, I will never buy it.
Because he missed Volume 1. So
yeah, he missed Volume 1, so he can't
buy a smidge.
It's like I had a friend in college who was a fan of adult entertainment. And
who isn't? You act like
we used to go to this video store that had the creepy back corner,
the curtain.
Yeah, and so he rented a movie on my friend's card basically, and it was The Devil and Miss Jones 5. I'll never forget that, because he was just like, he was the guy counting them up. Like he's seen 1, 2, 3, 4, and he was like, "Oh my God, 5 is out!" So boom, I had
Isn't
to get
he the same dude that cursed out Tower Records?
Slightly different guy, but same friend group.
Oh, okay.
And so anyway,
he's the guy that cursed out a Tower Records employee for telling him they had the latest
Tight magazine,
which was like a women pose.
Tight magazine was one. It was the kind
in their
of
birthday suits magazine.
It was the kind of magazine that it looked like they found the girl outside of a 7-Eleven and offered her a free sandwich,
right?
Like, where they had like dirty feet, type of thing. And so,
and he got there and he's like, "Who the hell told me?" that this was just whatever. This is last month's issue. So and so is in this issue, and I've already seen this one.
So so Tower Records, the record store before they all went out of business,
R.I.P. Tower
used to have like a major adult section, and he literally called them ahead of time on our way. We were driving there. He called them on the way, and he was like, "Do you have the latest issue of Type magazine?" And he reiterated it's Type
Who
magazine.
does that? And if it was a female employee, we probably still ask.
Well, not just who does that, but who then makes a scene in the store to say that they gave him the wrong one. I mean, that takes some kahunas,
so
right?
we got there and we were all excited because we're like, "What up? We're getting the new album." Because we should have got a subscription. It would have been fair, but I got to say, I was within this group. I wasn't the vocal one, but I was the one also hoping to get the latest issue. And so we get there and we get to it. I'm like, dude, we already have this one. What the hell, And he was like, we were like rummaging through and we see some of the older issues that we already had, but none of the new ones. So he literally goes to he has to speak to the manager and is like, I called and they told me they had the latest issue of Type magazine and they don't. What are you going to do about it? Type of thing. And so how are you going to make sure
magazine when it comes
how are you going to make sure this doesn't happen again? Type of thing.
Free subscription.
And so back to the other thing, the guy took the Devil and Miss Jones 5 and he never brought it back.
Oh no.
So my friend was like, dude, they're charging me like $100 for this. And he's like, dude, it's DMJ 5. I can't give it up, And I'm like, dude, there's a DMJ 6 already. Just get that one, So
how many did they make?
I have no idea. But if you got a good name, you just stick with it, It's never the same people really, so it's all good. But that was a different time, different age. And
now it's all about. Now he can download the DMJ or.
I don't know how we went from Calvin Harris to Type magazine, but
because I was trying to get off, I think that music.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So another thing that you're going to be. This is interesting. I mentioned last week and the week before. I downright loathe Beyonce.
Yeah, but you're going to mention her a third time.
Yes, I am, because. I'm gonna stick up for her on this one. So you're
gonna stick up for her.
Yes. So she put out the new album last week. No, I have not listened to it. She started getting protests apparently because I forgot the politically correct term from like able people are protesting her about a term that she used that could be derogative to handicapped people. But she used the term spaz in a song, random song.
What's wrong with spaz?
So apparently that's
Am I missing something?
Derogatory.
Is that a derogatory term now?
Apparently it is now.
So in the UK,
it is.
That's kind of a no-no because that's got cerebral palsy sufferers.
Oh, because here's
that's the group that they complained about.
Oh, is it a UK group?
I don't know if it's in the United States too, but it's that it's a cerebral palsy.
Oh, because in America we treat it like
dropping the knowledge bomb on us.
I know, right?
I know that's like pop culture, though. Just up to date pop culture.
Yeah.
I'm stunned
That's
myself.
A sub fact. No.
Couldn't tell you the first thing about Beyonce, but we knew that.
So like in America, it's treated like a dweeb or a nerd or something like that. It's not.
Yeah, because it's in an actual movie.
People throw that term around and it's not considered offensive. Right?
Yeah.
It's in the movie Meatballs.
Yeah.
Spaz.
From 1979.
Spaz.
So she used it so it's one word basically. So now she's got to go back and remove it from all the copies or whatever, and that's what she's doing. So she's trying to do the right thing and placate to this. And I'm like, no, Beyonce. If I'm talking Beyonce, I'm gonna be like, Beyonce, you're a billionaire.
Yeah,
you got Jay-Z's money, your money. Go tell them to F off.
Pound sand.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like does Beyonce really need to placate to anybody at this point in the game?
She's not taking your advice though. I mean, you made it clear on last week's episode that you're not into her thing. You don't get her music, so she's not listening to you.
She's not going to get hurt by it. Like
if
she didn't placate, there's people. No one's going to go, oh, I'll buy her album.
I would be like, my next album is called "Go F Yourself." That's what it would be.
That's a cool name of an album.
Wouldn't it be awesome?
Even if you weren't trying
But
to get mad.
Not
Good
everybody is John Lydon.
That's
right?
true.
If it was John Lydon, that's exactly what would happen, right?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't care, and
Yeah.
he's there to push buttons, and
Mhm.
and he even if he
John
accidentally
Lydon.
pushes a button, the lead singer of the Sex Pistols,
Oh, I knew that.
and that's his thing. But a Beyonce, like, she's a middle of the road, she's got to play it safe.
Yeah,
And
but
she's
does
going
she
to
anymore
placate.
though? Now that she's a billionaire, does she really
Does she need to?
No,
Probably not.
She could she's got generational wealth, so she doesn't need to do.
But everybody around her is telling her this is what you have to do, because that's
and
what.
I'd be telling them to go look at Dave Chappelle, right? Like Dave Chappelle is basically got FU money, and so he doesn't care. And so I know he's a stand-up comedian, and it's a whole different thing, but I think Beyonce at this point could get away, like maybe not in the Destiny Child days, but now she should get away with it.
It's not like the first time someone's done this. Like,
Yeah.
you guys must have Fairy Tale in New York playing every Christmas, yeah?
No, not like
No,
not like
not
a
really.
really.
Oh, Jesus. So, big Christmas hit, the Pogues and Kirsten McCall, Fairy Tale in New York. It's massive. Every year, roll it out, end of November. Brilliant, Christmas is coming. And there's a line in that, you scumbag, you maggot, you cheap, lousy and they've changed that now because of the connotations with it.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people are up in arms about it. But actually, if you wind back to the 90s when they were doing it, they did it. When did Kirsten McCall die? Before she
90s.
passed away, and they were doing it early 90s, they'd actually removed that lyric themselves anyway, because they'd realized, hang on, this is upsetting a lot of people already.
Yeah.
And they just did it. Fair play to them. It's their art. They do what
And
they
that
want
could be
to
the
it.
case with
Yeah,
Beyonce. Maybe
maybe.
she just, she realized, okay, I didn't, it was a genuine mistake. I didn't know that it was offensive to this population in certain parts of the world. And yeah, I genuinely don't want to, be seen to be upsetting these
Someone
people.
else has
and-
done
Yeah.
that quite recently as well, but I can't remember who it is. Is there someone like that? I don't know. I read about it.
I know,
recently,
I know, the BC Boys notoriously did it, where they were not proud of License to Ill, which is my favorite BC Boys album.
They weren't
but
proud of that?
No, because of the misogynistic undertones
got
and the
it.
song Girls specifically, that they refused to play, and they've even apologized for it and then some. But I'm trying to think of, there have been a couple people in the past that have gone back and done that, but I'm like, maybe it is the American connotation of spaz is different, and maybe that's where she's
it
just
definitely is.
we are
Yeah.
divided by a common language. I'll tell you that.
So okay, so I'll give her a little bit more of a pass then, based on that, but I still would have the album of Go F Yourself.
I'll
And
buy
do you know
it.
what? I'd buy that. You record
There you
that, I'll
go.
buy it.
There
Me
you go.
too. And you don't even need to sing in the songs. I just want to buy an album.
Which, by the
called
way,
Go
that
Up.
should be a topic for, and people can write this in. Funniest names of songs, funniest song titles,
or album
because
names.
there's a punk band called the Meatmen, and I'm not gonna lie, it's terrible, but it's the greatest song title ever, and it's basically called "Crippled Children Suck."
What?
And
You're kidding.
I died laughing the first time I heard it.
Children suck.
Yes, and it's a band called the Meatmen,
How did they get away with that?
and
Shouldn't
so
be laughing at this.
no, but it's what I'm saying is
Crippled children.
there's another one
Suck.
called French They do another song called it's like French People Suck. Go shove the Eiffel Tower, up. So anyway,
Wow.
we should do a topic that should be a homework almost of the funniest
song. Yeah,
funniest
but
song
we're gonna,
titles.
are we gonna get offend people? We might.
I think
Oh,
Go
so,
F
I think we already
yourselves,
did.
right?
yes.
so the Meatmen have done a song called Morrissey Must Die. So I'm behind.
Oh, there you go.
That's it.
I love.
Well,
I
you're
do.
gonna have
I
to
like.
start
I like
listening to-
Morrissey, but yeah, we were talking about it ahead of time. You don't, which is fair. He's not an easy guy to like based on his antics and stuff like that. But I can't deny I do love the Smiths, and I like his solo stuff too. I saw him a couple years ago. It's awesome.
Awesome.
But anyway,
Mm.
so
So is this episode now going to be Go F Yourselves?
it's going to be called "Crippled Children Suck."
No,
You can't do
it's
that.
not. That I will outlaw. But
No,
It will
Go
get
F-
removed from Apple.
it
they
will.
won't allow it on
I
there,
know,
will they?
It will. It will. So meanwhile, Brian's like, no, stop. And so, Yeah. So with that being said, I think we've said it all.
Yes, we have.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make that homework though. Funniest
song
titles.
And you can give as many as you want.
Yes. And if for those people like Space Coast Bill, yes, I'm calling you out there. If there is profanity with it, we do have to clean it up for our show.
Right. So we would have to say F for S.
But you'll get the picture what we're saying.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is the homework.
That is the homework.
And before we get into our plugs, I just want to thank you guys.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome having you guys.
Thank you for
I
bringing
learned a lot
snacks. Today. Yes, I think we're one with England now.
This is educational show.
And forget fish and chips. We're now battered sausage.
Battered sausage.
Battered sausage. Oh my God, that's the name of the show.
By the way, that was my nickname back in high school.
I don't want to know why.
No, that's my favorite.
It's a long story.
He's got a lot of nicknames back.
And so. Got to end it on a good note. So, anyway, thank you guys for being a part of the show today.
What's up, Battered Sausage?
Yes,
thanks for having us.
I think Battered Sausage should definitely be the name of the show.
It should be. I didn't know it was your nickname.
Yeah, it's too. It's
what's up, BS? So you have a BK and BS.
Yeah.
You gonna tell us why?
Oh, you don't want to know. You can ask my wife.
He'll ask you after that.
She's been there.
So I hope not. Jesus.
It's just going to keep going.
That would burn.
You just keep asking questions.
That would burn.
It's going to get worse and worse. Okay. So would you like to?
Yeah. I mean, hey man, the guy, he's here in the building. So I feel kind of weird, but I mean, all music, all tech support for Subfacts is provided by none other than Andy at Creative Underground. He runs a state-of-the-art production studio in Leesburg, Virginia. But not only that, he does more. He does custom videos, he does corporate events, he does youth sports, he does weddings, concerts, and pro karaoke, where people like my wife can go and sing to their heart's content.
Yes, it's awesome.
Can't wait. And me, you, everybody can go out and find it. Oh, and then he does the youth camps too.
Yep.
We just opened up one more week. We're going to add one more week before the end of the summer.
Bam. See, people, you got to go. You got to go to www.creativeunderground.co,
not .com.
Bam. See, that was.
I know. I might have to.
Sorry to steal your line there.
No,
Matt.
no.
I know you love doing that part.
I might have to show up to the youth camp. I think that
you should come.
I would like.
You would enjoy it.
Me as Matt from Subfacts.
Yeah, it would be like that episode of Family Guy where he goes in the classroom and
the best person in the studio gets an autographed Subfacts poster.
And I tell you what else we're looking for is not just the people to be on one side of the glass as producers, but we're looking for bands for that week as well. If there's bands out there that want to come in, or even just individual artists, maybe a drummer or a singer, bass player, guitar player.
What week is this?
I gotta go look. I think it's like August 15th.
We can put it on our Facebook page.
Yeah, but it's but yeah, we want to have some live musicians in for that.
If I go to open mic night on Thursday at Dynasty, I'll let them know.
Perfect.
I thought you were going to do it. I've heard you do karaoke.
I am the worst singer on the planet.
I heard him do Billy Joel. It's not that bad.
I can make you sound good, Mooney.
No.
Yeah, I can. I can do magic.
There isn't enough auto tune.
I am bad. Like I have a good speaking voice, but singing, I just don't have the tune. I can't.
He doesn't. Every time he goes, "Hey, the song's stuck in my head." I'm like, "Which one?"
He's
like,
he doesn't even know what song.
He goes, "You know that song goes, yeah."
Oh, one note.
Yeah.
And it's his favorite tune. And like I'm like
how is like Wanted Dead or Alive? You're like, yeah, like, I don't know that song.
Like I could do Eagles, California, whatever, or Hotel California.
Yeah,
and he would not know it.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, are we gonna? Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Big Ben from K Street
Big Ben Parliament,
DC.com. Big Ben is always blowing it up. He's now taking more pictures of himself. He's blown up that big. I've noticed in Facebook now, like that's how I know everything that's going on in Ben's world. It's got like him swimming.
Yeah, he does.
Like, he's all over the place, but now he's like droning himself.
He's got a lot of self-love lately with his pictures.
Yeah, it's all good.
Hey, and stay tuned. There's another collabration between me and Ben coming up.
Future.
Stay tuned.
Dynamic
I was just
duo
talking
back
with him.
at it.
I was just on the phone with him yesterday. We got some fun stuff planned.
Oh, big
sweet
on our show. You heard it here first on Subfacts, folks. Ben is an
Breaking
award-winning
news.
image builder and FAA-certified pilot of drones. He specializes in commercial real estate marketing, business headshots, corporate events, team imaging, and he does weddings now, apparently. So
I was gonna say,
can't say
he does
doesn't.
weddings.
We're still up in the air on bar mitzvahs, so I guess we're still there.
Maybe next week.
Yeah. And so anyway, check out Ben at kstreetphotographydc.com for all your photographic needs.
Boom. We mentioned him a few times already, but a true gentleman and a scholar, your boy BK.
From Big Dog Auto Detailing, soon to be Big Dogs Auto Detailing. Because if you need a
Big dog,
If you need a bumper
if you need a
installed,
bumper installed,
if you need a sanded out bumper, and that's it, just a sanded out bumper,
yep,
then call
then
Big
it's
Dogs
BS, not,
Auto
not
Detailing.
BK. It's BS for the bumper.
yes, exactly.
But no, seriously, folks, if you summer's got a few more weeks, but if you want to get that car looking nice, if NFL season's going to be here, you're not going to want to do much. So get your vehicle looking brand new right now. Give him a call, 571-233-8716. He cleans everything.
And he's been
Any
doing.
vehicle you have, he'll clean it.
We've mentioned football quite a bit. He's been doing a bunch of RVs lately. So if you're
Oh, an
tailgating,
RV
if you're
trip.
tailgating like a champ,
To
you're
like
going to
Philly
RV,
or
all
San
that.
Diego. Or
Yep, he's
we
your
should do an
guy.
RV trip to San Diego. That'd be pimp.
That would be pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. We'd have to fit the right group in though, because
Right.
3
It's
days.
a long trip. Is it 3 days?
It's a 3-day trip. Oh, you'd be in there.
I'll come.
Definitely. Yeah.
Oh, I
absolutely.
didn't know if you were going to tell us how long it was going to be.
Oh, I don't
Or
know.
you're volunteering.
Yeah, no, it'd be cool. But yeah, anyway, we would go there in style
my
because
God,
BK
you know
would
what?
have a fully
Dude, we get
clean
an
car.
RV, and then like on the outside of the RV,
Get
it
a
says
wrap.
battered sausage.
I was thinking a wrap of subfacts, but how battered sausage might
Battered
work.
sausage on one side, subfacts on the other.
There
That's
you
going
go.
to get some attention, but
Yeah,
Not
probably
really
the
looking.
wrong kind of attention.
So yes. So once again, people are gonna be like, am I calling Big Dog for battered sausage? Or if you want your car sparkling clean, call Big Dog Auto Detailing 571-233-8716. Tell them Subfax sent you.
We went off the rails. We went off the rails a little bit.
A little bit of crazy
This is what
train.
happens when you bring in the Brits,
That is what happens.
especially this one.
Yes.
that is uncalled for. But
Yes.
But very true.
God save the Queen.
Oh,
Damn right.
good way to end it. You can't end it better than that.
Well, no, we have to plug ourselves.
Oh, damn
Yeah.
it. Then you got to save God Save the Queen again.
I'll sneak it in.
All right.
Okay. So anyway, as Matt did in England, he's got a bunch of friends.
And he's got a Subfacts t-shirt.
He's got the
Whoa.
t-shirt, but they go, hey, where do you get such a fly shirt like that? And he's like, there's only one place, subfactspodcast.com.
Yep.
That's where you get the merch. You can learn about the greatest podcast of all podcasts.
Absolutely.
Joe Rogan can go F off.
Joe Rogan can go F off.
Since we're saying that anyway, might as well.
That's another T-shirt right there, by the way.
I actually do like Joe Rogan, so I shouldn't say that. But
F off. Listen to Subfacts.
Yeah.
You could have the logo on the front, and then Joe Rogan can go F off on the
Yes.
back of the shirt.
That
That can be the next one.
That would be fantastic.
I
So
would get some.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think that would be a good shirt.
We
Maybe
might
that's
have to
our next
add that
shirt.
to the merch.
Well, we got to put it on a nice shirt as opposed
Well,
to.
we
like
still
the,
need the Hide Your Mom
heavy-
shirt too.
And you still
Hide
need
your
the
moms.
boom and bam shirts too.
Yes.
the boom and the bam. Hide
Yeah.
your moms.
Yeah, Brian, can you wake up? Because we
We
need
got a
to-
lot of good ideas pouring at
I'm
you.
writing
need-
them all down.
We need
All
you
right.
to get on that.
I'm not gonna lie. That's the shirt.
Oh yeah.
Not
That's
gonna
another
lie.
one.
Not gonna lie, that's his phrase. I don't.
Yeah.
Use that.
Somebody said that once. They were like, "You say not gonna lie a lot. It makes you seem very dishonest." And I'm like,
It's just a
What do you
catchphrase.
mean?
so like this time, I'm not lying, but every other time,
time I'm BSing like a champ.
Which you do.
It could happen. It could happen. So once again, for all of our information, go to subfactspodcast.com. That's where the gooch is going to go.
Dudes.
If you want to write into our show, just like Matt did in England, so it's not exclusive to America.
Right.
You want to write into subfactspodcast@gmail.com.
Yes, you do.
You've got to do that. You write in, you end up here.
See,
come on.
there you go. From wherever you are.
Yeah, we're like
Ukraine,
gracious hosts because
Japan.
people don't believe us because we always say like, "Hey, if you're a listener and you want to come and hang
See,
out,
now
we'll
you know.
go
So
hang
if there's
out."
any listeners in Asia, preferably women, you can come on the show and then we'll be nice to you.
Yeah, like
Paul's gonna be nice to you
realities.
anyway.
That's how we got Brian. Brian was a listener and then became our producer.
There you go.
Talking of international listeners, what's the Ukraine update on your Ukraine?
Oh, it's
listeners?
sad.
Are they back or
No,
No,
Gone,
they
no, we're
disappeared?
still waiting for him to come back. So,
That is-
sorry,
Welcome back.
Svetlana. I have,
Yes, Svetlana. She
I'm
disappeared
so
on us.
hoping Svetlana is okay. But yeah, they're still complete blackout at this
MIA.
point. Yeah, so we need to get them back.
We will.
I hope so.
When
Well,
things-
I have to imagine they're listening from neighboring countries now. So maybe.
oh,
when
maybe
you
that's why.
look,
Do we have any neighboring countries?
Have you
down
seen
low?
it?
I would think
Have you seen
Poland
an
would
increase in
drop.
Poland or
No, Mooney's family is
Ah,
kind of
man.
ruining the Poland bit.
You know what? We need it because they have the World Cup coming up over there.
Poland?
Yeah, they made it.
Oh, see, you need to get your Polish brethren together.
Don't think I won't be watching Poland games and U.S. games. I'll be tuning in,
Boom.
taking off work, watching games.
And I will not even know that they're being played. Awesome.
You won't watch the U.S. in the World Cup.
Chance.
You suck.
I will watch the last
You suck.
couple.
You
min-
literally suck.
I will
Although
watch
it
the
does,
last minutes just in case they win a cup because I love people winning trophies.
you know, it is bad news though.
What?
U.S. and England are in the same group for World Cup.
I'm
I
very sorry
wouldn't-
about that.
yeah?
I
yeah,
wouldn't
good luck.
even know. Just wouldn't even.
Two teams can demand. So it's U.S., England, Iran, and I think Wales.
It's interesting that
Wow.
it's going to be U.S. and England, and they're all named Ronaldo.
Oh,
Jesus. So, anyway,
Wow.
with that being said, I think we've said it all.
We have said it all.
One thing we've already said, but we're going to say it
You
is
said we said it all, and then you keep talking.
God save the Queen.
Bam.
God save the Queen.
God save the Queen.
Boom.